clear with those overnight lows dipping into the mid to upper 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Desert Financial Credit Union.
If time is money, why spend it waiting on the phone with your bank or looking for a branch? Join Desert Financial and get their top-rated mobile app, plus great service at more than 50 locations. Visit desertfinancial.com/yourway.
You all sound good. Have a good show.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online.
You are live.
LernerandRowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Well, the Arizona Diamondbacks get a much-needed day off after they routed the Rangers yesterday, 14-4 at Chase Field. Also, the Pac-12 is back. We'll explain all of that. And ASU in football action tonight as well on the road against Texas State. Welcome in, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD3, also on the iHeartRadio app. Jax is with us today as well. We have Jasmine back in the iHeartRadio studios as we broadcast live, which is much better than the alternative, live today from Twin Peaks, Manuch on Camelback.
Well, break up the Diamondbacks. Woo! Man, oh man, 13 extra base hits, a record for the D-backs, 5 dingers yesterday. They're getting their groove on as far as hitting the baseball, and that's a good thing as they're now atop the wild card race, Jimmy. So when you watch this team, as far as their starting rotation, we talked about Merrill Kelly got the cramping going in the right hammy yesterday. I'm telling you guys, it's the pickle juice. Pickle juice, Pedialyte, maybe a little flavor. You put a little some Gatorade in there.
I put Kool-Aid in it.
Whatever. I mean, I'm telling you, that will knock out those cramps right away. There might be, maybe he's, I don't know what would cause that. If he's just dehydrated, not getting enough fluid. But if it is, get that pickle juice out. It'll knock that out within 2 to 3 minutes. I'm telling you, I need to just package that. Pedialyte.
You should.
Pickle juice.
Yeah.
Gatorade, whatever flavor you like, and have guys drink that cup about an hour ahead of time. And then during the game, just drink it during the game. He had these issues last year, if you recollect.
I do remember.
Zach Gallen had him a couple times this year.
Yep.
So whatever the reason is, it's not going to affect his pitching, which is good. And it wasn't like a hamstring strain. It's just cramps. I'm telling you, guys, listen to me. See, guys, sometimes they just hear things. They don't listen. That's what my ex-wife told me many years ago.
Well, I'm sure of that. And that's the way I feel about it when I work the show with you.
And here's the thing. So now I listen. So listen to me. Get the pickle juice going. It's probably not real scientific, but I would go ahead and use it to spell any kind of more cramping from one Merrill Kelly.
Oh, my gosh.
That's my diatribe on cramp. I know, fine. Man. I'm out there every day.
Hey.
And on Sundays from 7 a to 7 p.m. It's 195 out there.
Yep,
I know how to get rid of cramps.
Okay. Well,
somebody,
I'll
please
take your
trust
word
me.
for it. I'll take your word for that. That's more information than I needed to start the program. Listen, we have a great show lined up for you today. We will be here until 4 o'clock. There is NFL football tonight as well. It's on Amazon. So if you don't get Amazon, you might as well hang out with us here at Twin Peaks because they will have the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. It's a terrific AFC East matchup. The weather, 90 and about 85% humidity in Miami.
Well, and for those Buffalo Bills, I remember going down to Miami and I was playing with the Bills, and it'd be like late October, early November. And it's, Jimmy, with Buffalo, it's like it's already 40. 45.
Yep.
We're out there practicing. All of a sudden, we go down to Miami, and a lot of times we wouldn't get there a day early.
Right.
Which we should have. So it's about 85-ish, 30% humidity. Now, mind you, we're coming from 40 to 45.
Yes.
We're getting down there. And about the first half, we're toast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're just not acclimated to that heat. So I think the Bills, 65 degrees, almost 60 degrees for that kickoff against the Cardinals last week. So hey, speaking of pickle juice and Pedialyte, they better get that in their system before they take on those Dolphins tonight.
That's why I thought I would tie that in since you were on the pickle juice craze.
Do you like the Dolphins in this game?
I do, which is why I have played them. in this game tonight. And after I saw what they did in the second half against Jacksonville, where they were struggling, meaning the Dolphins, Jacksonville was in control. In the second half, Miami started again to look like Miami. And please, somebody please take Tyreek Hill to the game. Don't let the dude drive his car to the game. Call Uber.
The guy, you're right, Jim. The guy's making what, 15, 16 million a year?
Yeah.
Just how about just a driver? Hire a driver.
Hire a driver.
Uber. Jax, I got to ask you. You're the degenerate. I mean, you're the gambler of this show. Which way are you leaning in this game?
Yeah, I'm going Miami. Miami big. I just think being at home, like you mentioned, the weather factor and stuff, and I get it. Josh Allen, he's undefeated in terms of Thursday night. He's 6-0.
Yep.
He's owned the Dolphins all of these years. But guys, that Bills offense, if it wasn't for Josh's legs, I think they were looking pretty depleted on offense. So I think they're going to rely on Josh's legs. I don't trust the wide receivers to win on the outside, and I get the Dolphins wide receiver unit gets a lot of credit. This secondary is pretty damn good. Jalen Ramsey's back into form.
Yep.
Javon Holland, and then you got that front seven with Chubb and Chop Robinson, a rookie that looked pretty good in week 1.
Chubb,
so
the Chubb man.
I like the Dolphins. I think they win big tonight.
I like them too.
Yeah, currently it's -2.5. Where'd you
Yeah.
get it at, Jax?
Yeah, -2.5.
Yeah. You know what? I watched that. Josh Allen wheeled the win against the Cardinals
He
last
did.
week.
Yeah, he did.
The adjustments they made against the Cardinals in the second half, defensively, there's a quarterback in Tua. He's got answers to that pressure. He gets the ball to his receivers, and he's very aware. I think Mike McDaniel. I think he schools Drew Petzing as far as calling plays as an offensive coordinator. Been there and done that. But when you have weapons, you got a tight end, you got 2-3 receivers, you got a couple of running backs. But I guess Mostert's going to be out.
I believe he is.
He's out.
And Achane's questionable.
Okay. Yeah, I got popped in the chest last week. He's hey, what a pickup.
It was a great
Go
pickup.
from San Fran to Miami.
Yeah.
But I like the way he calls plays. He sets things up, keeps guys in motion. He gets the ball to his playmakers. And that's to your point, Jax. I think that the Bills will struggle with tackling in space when you got all those guys coming at you, especially Tyreek Hill.
I'm with you on that 100%. Hey, State 48 Roofing, get your call question of the day, and for a free quote, repair, or installation, head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. Here's the question. How many all-purpose yards will ASU running back Cam Scattaboo have in tonight's game against Texas State? You have 4 options. 1, 100 plus, 150 plus, 200 plus, 225 plus. Just go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter. And why are we referencing this? Because that is our next topic of discussion as ASU are in action tonight in Texas, and they will play Texas State. Manuch, Texas State, you cannot sleep on them.
No,
they got players.
They want to be a team that might be the plus one.
Yes.
They want to be in the hunt.
Yeah.
We all thought Boise State might be that team. They still may be, but Oregon beat them. But they took Oregon to the mat.
They did.
So I look at Texas State. That coach is bound determined. So, I mean, they thumped UTSA, and UTSA doesn't have a lot per se. But, this is going to be one of those games. Currently, and again, go to @Roc and Manuch to answer that. Currently, right now, Jimmy, a lot of folks feel 100-plus yards at 53.3%.
I went 150.
I did too. 26.7% of us voted 150-plus because you got to remember, folks, catching the ball, running the ball, wildcat, all those things.
Yes.
And but what he did last week against an SEC opponent, that's why he was the AP Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I
mean, the
over
guy's
260 all-purpose yards.
He's go gadget. He's ever-ready battery, whatever you want to call him. He's so much stronger. He's got stamina. He's got speed. And it's going to be warm down there as well, too. I think, 85, 90 degrees.
Yeah, I know, but come on. It's going to feel like a cold front coming from here.
It'll be 6:30 there in San Marcos, Texas, just outside of New Braunfels, which is just east of San Antonio.
Very
just for
nice. By the way,
Thank you.
New Braunfels is a beautiful place to
Oh,
live.
Schlitterbahn, the nice
I
water
love the
park.
Schlitterbahn. It's great.
But I think to ask him or I think they might share some of that load. I think with Levitt needs to pick up the passing game.
Agreed.
He really struggled. Only 69 yards last week, folks. Was 10, I want to say 10, so it was barely 50%. But I think that if they need him they will go to that well. They got to go to that well very often. Kenny Dillingham and Coach Arroyo, the offensive coordinator, will definitely do that.
And the game is on ESPN. Now,
hallelujah.
For those who
I'm
have
sorry,
direct
Jimmy.
TV,
I'm sorry.
Just bite me, Manuch. I know this is driving me nuts. And the Disney and direct TV little snit that is continuing, you will have to either watch it on your tablet or your computer or go to a refreshment stand like right here at Twin Peaks. That's correct. Twin Peaks will have the game on same time as the NFL game. They will have them on all the monitors here at Twin Peaks, and we're hanging out today at the Camelback Twin Peaks. Where are we located, Manuch? Give them the area around here.
Let me give it to you specifically.
Okay.
We're at 20th Street and Camelback. We are just east of the southeast corner. Now, if you see the Nordstrom rack, that's where Jimmy hangs out on the weekends. He buys all his fine clothing. By the way, it is fine clothing at a cheaper price.
Yep.
We're just east of there. Can't miss us. Come on in the back door, the front door, and you'll see us in the back corner. Roc and Manuch with Jax today out here at Twin Peaks.
All right. Headlines presented always by Twin Peaks and the fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. It's all poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It is our season-long football contest. So now grab your phone and just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925 every day for an amazing grand prize, and this is part of the grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler, multiple cases of Cocoa Fives, and $250 Twin Peaks gift card. And the best prize of all, of course, it is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B logoed. Yep, our fine photos are on the Wild Gear tumblers. There's no purchase necessary, and standard message data rate supply. So just text Peaks to 59925. Make this football season unforgettable at Twin Peaks. Once again, we are here at the Camelback location. So if you want to come out, take advantage of the 29-degree man-size drafts. When we come back, sounds of the night. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Jax, Jasmine back at the studio. Fox Sports 910.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Ragle. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank. Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
Attention Nebraska and Arizona fans. Catch every thrilling game at Arena Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food, drinks, and the ultimate game day atmosphere with fellow fans. Don't miss a single play. Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Got a burning urge to pick games each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Choosing the right lawyer after a car wreck is important. you need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner Rowe stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews, and year after year, we have been voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
TD, Tutty, taking it to the house. Whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM, HD3. Also on the iHeartRadio app. It is Jimmy Manuch Jax here at Twin Peaks on Camelback, and it is time now to get to our sounds of the night. I'm going to play this first one, and then my esteemed colleague, Mr. Manucci, will have some comments about this. I'm not even going to say anything about it. It is indeed Kyler Murray, and he's talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. Listen to this.
No, I mean, are you going to try it Sunday? Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to get him more touches. That's not a secret, but I don't want to go forcing things for sure.
That clip will get you. It's the second clip that we'll get you, Jimmy, that I've got some high comments about that. So let's play this second clip, and then you'll hear something by Kyler Murray that I want to get to discuss too.
It looked like Marvin had some space downfield. Did you see him there?
Nah.
Just because you were moving around trying to look.
Yeah, you play football, like there's a lot of stuff moving around. You're moving fast, like you don't see everything.
What would they do to take away Marvin?
Honestly, man, I wouldn't say they were just taking him away. I think, I'm just, as a quarterback, obviously you're going through your read. Sometimes the ball goes to him, but that's not, it's not my job. Obviously, I have a sense and a feel for guys when they don't get the ball and when they're, when they are getting the ball. But, I leave that up to Drew. Drew always, he tells me don't worry about that type of stuff. Just keep playing your game and, get the ball to where the ball's supposed to go.
What? So let's do this, Jazz. Let's re-rack that. I want to play that again to make sure I heard this correctly.
Yeah.
And for all those of you driving around listening, I just want you to hear this part about that's not my job. So Jazz, let's play that one more time.
Honestly, man, I wouldn't say they were just taking him away. I think, I'm just, as a quarterback, obviously you're going through your read. Sometimes the ball goes to him, but that's not, it's not my job. Obviously, I have a sense and a feel for guys when they don't get the
Not
ball.
my job, Manuch.
So let me kind of digress. And Jackson, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. Not my job.
Yeah.
Well, who the hell's job is it? Now, not your job to call the plays, but you have a big influence on plays to get to your guys, especially your fourth pick of the draft, one Marvin Harrison. Not your job, then whose job is it? So when I heard that, I went, wait a second. That's when I stood up off the couch, heard it late last night.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So I heard that, and I went, okay, it's not your job. Yes, it is your job. Kyler, if you want to get big plays, you want to get some explosion, it's your job to figure out how to get him the ball. That's your job, is to figure out how to get him the ball, how to make sure that you talk with your offensive coordinator to realize we're not getting him the ball, and I want to get him the ball as a quarterback in my 6th year to make the big plays that we need to. It is your job,
yes,
Kyler Murray. I'm sorry to say it is your job to have an influence with that offensive coordinator to talk to him and say, look, we got to get him the ball. We've only got, 3 targets? He's got 1 catch. Yeah, he dropped the 1. We got to figure out how to get him the ball. It is your job. That's part of your responsibility as the so-called quarterback of this team, to get him the ball. It's your responsibility. It's your way to make such a flippant contact. I would have said, I got to do a better job of getting him the ball.
That would be more acceptable.
That would be the comment you would need to make as the quarterback of this team, to have the 4th pick of the draft, the top receiver coming out of the draft, one of the top receivers that come out of a draft in many years. I have to take full blame to get him the ball and figure it out. That when I heard that from him last night, I went, wait a second. So I'm so glad that we put this down here today, because I about went off.
Well,
and Jax, I want to get get your thoughts from a receiver perspective. Am I all wet, or did I hear that wrong?
Yeah, I think you make a good point in terms of that. Kyler Murray's got to be that vocal guy to say, Petzing, look, we need to win on the outside, especially the DBs of the Bills. We talked about it last week. The secondary is not their strength. And I think for Marvin Harrison Jr., I don't think he played a great game. I don't think he got himself open a lot to get opportunities. He dropped that 1 football. He had a quick 4-yard catch that he had, and that was all that he had in that game.
Just a hitch route. It's like a hitch route.
I don't overreact too much on this. It's week 1. They're trying to get each other going. I think part of this has to do with Jonathan Gannon not playing Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray and getting those reps. I think part of it, them not, like I said, not getting game reps during the season too. But guys, we always talk about Drew Petzing and stuff like that. They've had 2 weeks, not even just 2 weeks, a full offseason about this Bills game. I mean, the Bills game was the number 1 game we've known all season. So for me, I don't overreact too much on it. I get what Kyler's trying to say with Drew Petzing's schemes and going the progression, but you can't tell me, Kyler Murray, that through 50 plays that Marvin Harrison Jr., the amount of talent that he had, the 4th overall pick, that he was not open. So I think it's a mixture of both. I don't overreact on it. I think they'll get it done hopefully this week.
So Manuch and I always talk in the morning prior to the show. So he calls me and I say hello. He doesn't even say hello. He's already screaming about this, and nothing has changed. I will give you the floor to scream some more, because Manuch, I'm in your corner on this.
I think the point's made. If you're the leader,
yes,
you're the quarterback,
yes,
you say we got to do a better job, me included, of getting our overall pick, one of the better receivers to come out of the draft, more than 3 targets a game. That's the comment that you want to hear. And I think that just caught me off guard. I'm like, Kyler still doesn't get it. You have to be the guy that says we have got to get that ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. Me and my offensive coordinator as a team need to do a better job.
All right.
I'm good.
I feel
checking. So much better now.
Okay, I'm glad you
like
got it
Mr.
off your
Miyagi
chest.
told Danny.
Yeah.
Wax on.
Yeah.
Wax off.
Nobody knows
Breathe.
who Mr. Miyagi is.
I'm sorry. If I have a talent like that, I'm coming your way one way or the other.
I know you are.
And Jax, to your point, then design plays, call plays where he can get off coverage, run the routes just to get to the ball.
Yeah, and you know he's going to be nervous too. It's his first ever NFL game. That's why I think Petzing's got to get. You've got to get quick slants.
Sure.
You got to get quick curl routes
Exactly.
and stuff like that, especially on off coverage. But look, these two will get it figured out, and I wouldn't be shocked. Hey, Marvin Harrison Jr., he's got to get at least 10 targets this weekend.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
They're going to throw the ball at him 10 times.
They better.
He'll get 5 or 6 catches. Hello, could have had a V8, right?
There you go. All right, so here's Harrison Jr. then talking about his chemistry with Kyler Murray, if there is any.
It's totally different. It's totally different. You can do a lot of things, in shirts and shorts, and then once you go out there, put practice and you got pads on, you do like the joint practice we did with the Colts, but there's nothing like actually going out there and live action and really trying to be on the same page. So I think that relationship will continue to develop and we'll get better.
So, Jax, to your point, I don't know. How about playing in preseason?
Yeah.
How about put both my preseason like the Chiefs do, like the Bills do, that those teams that are regularly in the playoffs that go to Super
Miami
Bowls,
played some of their guys. Yeah.
that they do to get the timing down. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a thought, Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, in the meantime, you're struggling. You're behind the 8 ball in getting this chemistry done.
On This Day coming up is presented by our big football promotion this season. You can kick off the season with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B right here at Twin Peaks. It's all presented by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's our fantastic tailgating giveaway. Just text Peaks to 59925. Your chance to win a Traeger grill and a Blackstone griddle plus so much more. No purchase necessary. Make this football season unforgettable at Twin Peaks. Manuch, on this day.
Yeah, on this day, 2001, somewhat the residue, if you will, of 9/11. All Major League Baseball games are canceled due to the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. Flight number 93 and the Pentagon. Games will not resume until September 17th. I remember that. The Blue Jays take a 12-hour bus ride from Baltimore back to Toronto, and Yankee Stadium is evacuated as precautionary measure. Former minor league players Marty Brzezowski, Mark Hindy, Mike Weinberg, and Brent Woodall are all killed in the attacks, unfortunately. 2004 on this day, as 36,887 Bank One ballpark fans see Barry Bonds hit his 699th and perhaps 700th career homer, they watched the Giants left fielder reach a different milestone. The Giants slugger receives 3 bases on balls from Diamondback pitchers to break his own record and becomes the first major leaguer to walk over 200 times in a single season. So those dang near 37,000 fans saw him walk all 3 times in that game.
Manuch, that's what's so amazing about Barry Bonds' home run record. And I get it. People go, well, he was taken. Look, it doesn't say that in the record books. He holds the record, folks. But the amount of walks, they even walked Barry Bonds with the bases loaded. They did not want to pitch to the guy. It was unbelievable how good he was.
I'm sorry.
Baseball.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I got distracted. I'm writing the job description for Kyler Murray. Hold on. Your responsibility to get the balls to the receivers, especially you have a generational receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. ... Oh, by the way, it's your job. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. I digress.
You have to understand, folks, for the next couple hours, this is going to be the theme of this show. Coming up, business side of sports professor Rick Horrell is going to join us. We're hanging out today at Twin Peaks and Camelback. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
It's not my job. Obviously,
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Cardinals continue preparation for Sunday's home opener against the Rams. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. said he's ready to bounce back from Week 1's lackluster performance. The D-backs' current 3-game winning streak has them in the NL's first wild card spot at 82-64. On today's day off, they welcome the Brewers in tomorrow with Eduardo Rodriguez on the bump. ASU opens the Week 3 college football slate with this afternoon's game against Texas State. The Pac-12 has approved Mountain West members Boise State, Colorado State, San Diego State, and Fresno State to join the conference starting in 2026. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out.
I have a little bit piece of audio. I will use it throughout.
Premier Player Rewards Program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show. Live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit fox910gameday.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Oh, Downy in the rinse straight. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
You got it, Jimmy. Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Elf Beauty. Just one WNBA game tonight with the Dallas Wings hosting the top-seeded New York Liberty. And while the Wings have been eliminated from playoff contention, there is a notable record that could be broken tonight. Arike Ogunbowale is currently 11 points away from becoming the Wings' all-time leading scorer. Ogunbowale is averaging over 22 points a night this season. Good chance she'll break it. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
When it comes to women in sports, Elf Beauty is all about leveling the playing field. The same goes for the boardroom, where Elf is one of only 4 publicly traded U.S. companies with a board that's 2/3 women and 1/3 diverse. Learn more at elfbeauty.com.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports.
You guys are live.
Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. Host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports. The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out today. Camelback is the Twin Peaks location for us. We're here until 4 o'clock, and we couldn't pick a better time to have the sports professor on the show because the Pac-12 is back, and they announced 4 teams that will join the Pac-12 in 2026, and they are not done yet. Rick Horrow joins us right now. Rick, welcome, pal, as always. This has been in the works, obviously, for quite some time with Washington State and Oregon State. Were you caught off guard a little bit that they made the announcement like late last night, the way it happened?
No, but the idea of using the intellectual property and the court ruling to basically save the day and then expand from there, it's not unprecedented, but it's, kudos to the group that was left behind. And if this survives at a high level, this will be history making. The courts basically gave them the ability to move this thing forward and add those 4 teams. And, the bowl dates and the bowl deals will remain the same. The big issue is going to be how this conference factors into the college football playoff in 2 years. A lot more questions than answers, but certainly it is a victory for those 2 schools and for those who remember what the conference used to be like.
It's when you watch, look at the deal, the $17 million plus or minus buyout by the teams, 2 years warning, if you will, heads up. It looks like everything is is on par. But the thing that you read into it, Rick, you know more than anything, it looks like the Pac-12 will help them with the buyouts. When you read something like that, are they looking to, I don't know, kicking 10 million, 7 million, 50% of it? How does that work when you see that another conference basically looking to poach and help poach them with the money?
It may not even be decided yet. If it has, it's certainly not going to be out till everybody understands this plan. But, when you think about it, this is one of those deals where the television number was important to the formation of the expansion. We're not talking about SEC, ACC, Big Ten money, but we're talking about enough to divide the pot among 4 schools that want a little bit more notoriety and 2 schools who were left behind.
You think that you got 6 now, they go after some of the independents that are out there? I mean, maybe it's just a little far-fetched. Would they go after a Notre Dame who's still out there? I know their association with the ACC. I get that. But, I mean, just to purely say, hey, look, Notre Dame, we'll take care of everything and trump whatever the ACC is going after with you.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting concept. I'm not sure that the dollars are available when you're dealing with the, no disrespect to Fresno State, Boise State, et cetera, but, the Notre Dame dollars are in order of tenfold that. And so, when you think about it, it's one of those things where you may be looking at some other conference teams that have the ability to get bought out. And, the independents, there weren't as many as before, the Brigham Youngs, et cetera. So I think the big difference will that you're not going to have to geographically define the region. The Pac-10, Pac-8, Pac-6, whatever it is now, and then back to Pac-12. It's as confined to the West Coast as the ACC is confined to the to the East Coast. It's not. Miami, is playing California next week, and on and on. So they do have the country to choose from.
One last question, because you referenced the ACC, and that seems to be the next conference that could be on the hit list. I know that they have their deal with ESPN through 2035, 36, something like that. But Cal and Stanford, it makes no sense whatsoever. If the Pac-12 chased Cal and Stanford, would they be able then to cut a deal and get out and return to the Pac-12? Can you give us any insight if that could happen?
Would they give him a mulligan,
Yeah,
Rick?
exactly.
Well, why are you asking me about mulligans? I mean, am I the resident expert on mulligans? Yeah, how's that? The guy stays quiet for like 1 minute, and then he blows up on mulligans. Congratulations, pal. Yeah, and I would like to speculate on it, and I will admit that I do not remember nor have read the existing new deal that Cal and Stanford have signed with the ACC. Money can always buy out any contractual provision anywhere. I know that, but there might be a specific provision about not jumping for X years that you can enforce with specific performance, and therefore you couldn't do it. So I'm gonna punt a little bit on that answer, but I will tell you that every school will now be looked at, and I think it's leverage for a lot of schools who may feel like they want to have a reset bar on what's happened in the last 3 or 4 years, and maybe calling the Pac-6/Pac-10 offices.
All right, mister, give me 5 aside and give me 2 mulligans on the first side. Rick Coro, sports professor, joining us here, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. So you talked about ESPN, you talked about the TV packages. So are these 4 teams betting on the come that the Pac-12 actually get a real TV package, not a streaming package, and move forward? And I don't know exactly what the Mountain West package is right now. I know the branding's there. I get that. But as far as the monies or lack thereof coming into the Pac-12, is that the next step for the Pac-12 to go get?
Yeah, clearly. And the bottom line of it is that remember there was a window that everybody was talking about, that Saturday night at 10:30 and 7:30 on the West Coast, that window is open for West Coast oriented schools. The numbers are not going to be anywhere near what the SEC, ACC, Big Ten numbers were, I said before, but I'm sure that it's got to be bigger than a spec deal, and it's got to be bigger than streaming package. And I guess we'll have to see how that all shakes out. And I completely resent the 5 shots aside and the 2 mulligans. I would beat you like a drum without those shots.
Well,
right?
if you wear dark socks with your shorts again, I'm going to talk about you for a long time. All right. TV viewing for the National Football League up big time. Chiefs-Ravens, most watched NFL kickoff game ever from the standpoint. Why? How come are we now taking all these streaming services, cable services, and over TV services that it finally came together? Is that the main culprit? Why?
Well, listen, Mark Lazarus, who has been a friend, he runs NBC, he's contributor to the book, and he's been saying for 20 years that the counting system that Nielsen had, where you call up grandma and she answers her rotary phone and says, yeah, I'm watching this Gilligan's Island show, and that was it. That's antiquated. And so how do you amalgamate all of the streaming and multiple viewers in bars and other places and have a realistic count on what's happening? And as a result, the numbers of viewers are higher, not artificially. They're more realistic. And the streaming services are part of it because you have to add that into the mix. So the 33 million number for the Chiefs game was clearly big, and that's going to be even more important as we go along. We have 33 million and one because I guess you don't count Taylor Swift if she's in the suite. She doesn't count as a TV watcher. But, we'll see.
Yeah, there may be a lot of more counting going on now that she's endorsed one Kamala Harris. I'm just saying. So that could be, speaking of counting, to put that out there. That's just our little political
you
shot.
Can't. Now, you're in Arizona, so you can't. Are you sure we can't edit this because this is live? Are you sure your station is going to allow you to mention the political people?
I would hope it's fair and balanced, right?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's the same company.
Listen, it's a dog-eat-dog world. That's all I got.
Oh, it certainly is. It certainly is.
Your Prevagen must have kicked in as well today, too, there, Big Rick Horro.
Cats and dogs living together.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting. Grab your dog. Grab your cat.
That's it.
I've been waiting for like 2 days.
Yeah, keep Duke in eyesight if you would. Please.
Yeah, keep him safe.
Duke and I were trembling when we heard that. I said, "You hear that?" He said, "Yeah, let me at him."
Thank you, brother. Great having you on.
Thanks,
Thank
Rick.
you, Rick. That's great
All right,
stuff.
next week.
You got it. That's Rick Horro, everybody, the sports professor. We're hanging out here. Twin Peaks Camelback coming up next segment. Our underdog picks. Yes, the underdog picks. Live at Twin Peaks Camelback. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state.
For
All
random
City
fact,
Towing. We're
I
hiring
have the song
dispatchers,
ready.
Call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Ready for some football? Join our annual Pro Football Pick'em contest today. You could win $5,000 and amazing prizes from Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Don't miss out on the excitement. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th, when they take on Big 12 rival Kansas.
Svoboda throws, intercepted by Fiaseu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick six for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
You sailed beyond the horizon in search of an island scrubbed from every map. You battled krakens. You navigated through storms. Your spade struck the lid of a long-lost treasure chest, while you cooked up a lasagna.
Yes.
There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling adventure stories on Audible.
Whoa, it's you.
You got it.
The Capital One bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your
For Reno Facts, I have tech.
Say Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. If you live in Ohio, better let those dogs run away. That's just a little advice because it's dicey in the state of Ohio. Underdog picks, we have lots of them, but Jax, update us on what took place this past week.
Yeah, Manuch 2-0, back-to-back weeks. He had San Jose State +5 against Air Force. That hit. Rock had Bowling Green plus 34.5 against Penn State. That hit. And then for me and Jimmy B, close but no cigar. I had Mississippi State +5.5 against Arizona State. And Jimmy B, we looked like Arkansas was going to cover.
Yes.
Sam Pittman and the Razorbacks could not finish against Oklahoma State and that +7.5. So as it stands, Manuch is at 2-0, and we all sit at 1-1.
So, Manuch, are you like braggadocious here all of a sudden?
No, it's early. Yeah,
okay,
it's a long season.
Right.
Yeah, Jack's kicked our butts last year.
Yeah,
so,
you did.
I'm just happy to be. Hey, you know what? I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? Just put me in, Coach. In particular, you got to stay humble, Jimmy. You got to stay humble.
I understand that. Okay, so let's get then to our underdog selections right now. Now, Rock isn't here today, so I'll just reference his. He's taking San Diego State to cover against California, and they are getting 18.5. 18, that's a big number. San Diego State at Cal. Manuch?
I'm going to go this one. I'm surprised to see this line, but it's going to be in Missouri. I got Boston College +16 over Missouri. Now, if Florida State's just that bad, because BC went in there and manhandled Florida State.
They did.
They went in there. They outcoached them. They outplayed them. They outhit them. They're more physical. Missouri's a very good football team. They're a top 10 team, folks. But I think Missouri wins this. But 16 points, that's tough to resist because you saw this very, I'm going to say very solid, consistent BC team. So I've got BC +16 over Missouri. I think Missouri wins it, but I think I think the Boston College, I think they cover in
Okay.
that game.
All right. I'm going to take New Mexico playing at Auburn. Didn't Cal go into Auburn and win that game?
They beat them pretty handily, as I recollect.
They did. Didn't New Mexico go to U of A and almost win that game? I mean, it was a wild
What
game.
was the final score? Was it 85 to 72?
Something like that.
Well, Devin Dampier, their fine quarterback, the young man that came out of Sora High School his second year there, he's Mr. Everything for that team.
He
is all over the place, doing a great job. Their only problem is it's at Auburn.
It is.
And it's SEC. It's loud. It's proud. And I've got to imagine that SEC pride will rear its ugly head. But you're right, though, Jimmy. 28 points.
I'm taking the 28.
Give it to the Lobos.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lobos, and I'm going to grab the 28 at Auburn. Jax.
Originally, I was going to go with Manuch with Boston College, and then it hit me. Why would I go with Manuch on anything?
I run perfect with that. That's
So
good.
By the way,
Yeah.
Jax, who's 2-0?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I
right.
was
You're
gonna
right.
say that.
I'll give you your flowers. But I'm going to go Tulane plus 13 at
Okay.
Oklahoma. I think this Tulane team, you want to talk about an electric quarterback freshman, Darian Minsaw, almost took K-State out of the rankings,
yeah.
only lost by 7. I think this is a dark horse when you talk about group of 5 teams. I know they lost to Kansas State, but they can play Oklahoma close. They can make their way to a bid at the group of 5. And you talked about Boise State earlier, Manuch. I know they lost to Oregon, but I think the margin of victory is something to look out for the committee. I like Tulane to cover plus 13 at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got to say this. Oklahoma has been hot, cold, but that is going to be a great game to see something like that, to see him get 13 points. Because that QB, and matter of fact, Ty Thompson, young man out of Mesquite High School who was at Oregon, transferred in, is backing him up and said, hey, look, this guy is legit. He's good. Matter of fact, Dirk Thompson, his dad, was out there for the spring game and said, Ty's got his competition, set out for him. So, yeah, that's going to be very scary. We dodged a big bullet. Matter of fact, K-State might have dodged a missile in winning that game last week.
They might have. We'll do a little football at 50 with an update, and then we have a great random fact of the day coming up. Our football at 50 presented by Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. And don't forget, you need to get into the Fan Pick'em contest by Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. A chance to win $5,000 plus other great prizes as well. Just go to fanpick'em.com.
Well, here's one that interesting. The Brown star Deshaun Watson. This whole thing going down, addressing the latest lawsuit. He says legal team released a statement on Wednesday denying recent allegations of sexual assault. Head coach Kevin Stefanski told the media Watson will start Sunday against the Jaguars in Jacksonville, and they'll follow, in quotes, the NFL's guidelines through the process. Now, the league announced earlier this week that the QB will be scrutinized under the personal conduct policy for a civil suit claiming he sexually assaulted a woman when he was in the Texans in 2020. Jimmy, a little update that broke this morning.
Yeah. Little video. Apparently, they have video, the accuser, and they are headed to the National Football League's office to show that video to the NFL.
Do you want to settle now?
Yeah, I would think so.
So, yeah, folks, that broke this morning that the attorney for the accuser says we're going to go to the National Football League. We have the tape. We have all the above. Now, the charges were dropped, but as far as exposing this and putting that out there, those are some of the things that they're definitely going to want to see.
All right, let's get to our random fact of the day. And it is baseball season, so here's a little of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
All right, Manuch, what has this got to do
Now,
with anything?
you may not know the origin of this, folks, but we're going to take you back to circa 35.
Oh, boy.
It is a feminist song. What? About a woman who wants to go on a date to a baseball game, not a movie. That is the random fact of the day that Take Me Out to the Ball Game was from the feminist movement going way back, Jimmy, way back in your day. When you started, when you started broadcasting back in 1935,
That is
Jimmy,
correct.
that it is the root of the feminist movement that they wanted their equal share of. Let's go to a baseball game. I can watch baseball. I don't want to go to a movie. So there you have it, our random fact of the day.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game is a feminist song.
Yeah, that's a random fact of the day.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hey, coming up hour number 2, we're going to catch up with 2-time Super Bowl winner Mark May. Also do our Twin Peaks picks, as one lucky caller will have an opportunity to compete against one of the lovely servers here at Twin Peaks for a $25 man card. That's in hour number 2. And don't forget that in our 3rd hour, Howard Balzer is going to join us. And I'm sure that the one and only Dan Manucci will have questions for Howard Balzer, who covers the Cardinals for Cards Wire USA Today, about Kyler Murray's statement.
I'm anxious to hear Mark May at 2:30.
Okay.
His statement about whose job it is to get the ball to one Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm just saying, folks, be ready for some fireworks at 2:30 as the 2-time Super Bowl champ. As you mentioned, Jimmy,
yes,
he might have a few things to say about
I would
that.
think he will. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, everybody hanging out. Camelback location, Twin Peaks, Fox Sports 910.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports.
Overlaw. When you see flashing lights, remember to move over and slow down. Together, we can protect our roadside heroes. Drive safe, Arizona. Sponsored by All City Toy.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5 years alone. Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right now, waiting for your call.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before. While you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
TD, tutty, taking it to the house. Whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at NFL.com/terms.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
ASU set to open the Week 3 college football slate with today's game against Texas State. 18th-ranked U of A takes on number 15 Kansas State tomorrow. The Cardinals continue to prepare for Sunday's home opener with the Rams. Wideout Marvin Harrison Jr. said he's ready to bounce back from Week 1's lackluster performance. The Diamondbacks' current 3-game winning streak has them in the NL's first wild card spot on today's day off. They welcome the Brewers tomorrow with Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound. The Pac-12 has approved Mountain West members Boise State, Colorado State, San Diego State, and Fresno State to join the conference in 2026. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies out there. We could see some breezier conditions a little later on this afternoon. And then for tonight, mostly clear with those overnight lows dipping into the mid to upper 70s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Debates may be your best chance to get to know the candidates. Don't miss Arizona's official debates. Brought to you by the Citizens Clean Elections Commission. Learn how to watch, listen, and submit a question at azcleanelections.gov/debates. And let's get democracy done.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. Here at Camelback, Twin Peaks is where we are located. We're here until 4 o'clock, and it's a great day to hang out because not only do you get one football game tonight, you get two, an NFL game and a college game. And our top headlines are presented by the sweepstakes poured by Blue Moon, Coors Light, and also the season-long football contest. Right now, just text Peaks to 59925, an opportunity to win a Traeger Grill, Blackstone Griddle Pizza Oven, and so much more. Just text Peaks right now to 59925. Standard message, data rate supply, and make Twin Peaks an unforgettable college and NFL football season. And so we begin with two games tonight, Manuch. The NFL game, Buffalo at Miami. The college game, ASU on the road at Texas State.
Yeah, Arizona State will be taking on Texas State, 4:30 kick here on ESPN. And then you got the Bills and the Dolphins. That game on Amazon Prime tonight, if you have it. If you got DirecTV, good luck. Just come on here to Twin Peaks, any of the 5 Valley locations, and you can watch it. Couple good games. Yeah. I mean, I got to believe that the Sun Devils are not going to take Texas State lightly at all. It's a good team. They have a good recruiting class. They're a team that's bound to determine they want to be one of those teams that's not left out. Their goal is to make the playoffs. I love that about this coach. Listen to some of his comments. So the Devils have got to go in there. Not figuring they just get off the bus.
I'm with you.
And hang out. And I think that Kenny Dillingham, the head coach of the Sun Devils, has done a good job of keeping the attention, if that's the right word, of the Sun Devil team, going, look, we're going into Texas. You know, there's just San Marcos, used to be old Southwest Texas State many years ago.
Right.
And this is a good team. It's a good group of recruits. It's a good team, good staff, and they're going to give ASU all they can handle. My whole thing is, can Sam Levitt shake off the rust? He struggled last week versus Mississippi State. He was inaccurate. He seemed a little unnerved. They gave him plenty of time. So I think with Coach Arroyo, the offensive coordinator for the Devils, give him some simple, easy throws to build some confidence. I mean, you got to throw a slip screen to Scattaboo out of the backfield, or even a screen, something as receivers coming down on quick hitches or hook routes.
Quick slant.
Yeah, quick slant, whatever. Just some easy throws to get him lathered up a little bit, because when you barely throw 50% in the game, I know it's the SEC, but they were very vulnerable across the middle. And he missed a lot of throws low, outside.
It's not my job, obviously.
He just seemed that they were just, outside, way too much in reference to that. So that's going to be very key, how they start. So they've started off quick, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
First 2 games against Wyoming, last week against Mississippi State. They started off quick. They've come out aggressive. and they've come out with some physicality. And I think for ASU this year, to get through this year, to get to 3-0, is one game at a time, one down at a time. And I think that's the emphasis that Kenny Dillingham has put on this team.
All right, let me follow with what you just said up with this. In the NFL, we see the pros play on Sunday and then play on Thursday. But that is their job. They hone their bodies. In college, they don't have a chance to do that. Manuch, they got to go to school. So my question is to you, yes, I know they practiced and they are already there getting ready to play. How much more difficult is for a college team to make that transition?
It's hard. It really is, because the pros, they kind of back off practice. They get a lot of treatment. They kind of know how to handle that.
Sure.
They've been there and done that,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
For college to go from, you've had Saturday, so you've had one extra day.
Correct.
So it's kind of 6 1/2 dozen, because pros play on Sunday, as you mentioned, and you got Thursday. College plays Saturday, they play Thursday. So they got the one extra day. So you got the one extra day, which is probably going to be a lot of, in the training room, rehab, and rest. What will be interesting from the Sun Devil standpoint, it becomes a very cerebral game. Your game plan is more about understanding what you're going to do, how you're going to do the adjustment. So you're not so much concerned about the physical part. You want to make sure you're ready.
Okay.
But I guarantee you, whether you're a pro or a college player, you're still sore.
Yes.
You really don't recover. And Jax can talk to this, is you don't recover till really, for me, it was probably Thursday, Friday when I finally
You don't
started
even
recovering.
play. You mean from carrying the clipboard
when
on
I
the
was
sideline?
playing, when I was starting every game at K-State, I got beat up. Trust me. And then playing with the Wranglers, I got beat up. Trust me. So, but I think it's just your body. You got to almost trick your mind to go, okay, I can do this.
Okay.
But you got to have the mental piece down of what you're going to do. Your game plan. You have 2 less days of the game plan.
Yes.
So we had Charlie Regal on Tuesday, assistant head coach for the Sun Devils. He said, "Look, we were in there on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Nobody had Sunday off.
Right.
We're getting ready for the game plan. We're watching film. Everybody's in lifting their weights. The guys usually have that day off. That being the college kids. So it's a new experience. That's why I think that what a college coach needs to do is just make sure that the mental piece, these guys are up, number one.
Okay.
They're mentally sound.
Right.
And they're not taking this game for granted, especially if you're on the road.
Okay, Jax played at the University of Montana. He is the young guy on this show. The rest of us are older than the dirt on the ground. But Jax played for the Grizz and as a wide receiver. So I know you probably did not have to do a Saturday game and then a Thursday game. But for a college kid, what do you think this will play in, having to play on a Thursday?
Yeah, I think both teams will have to go through it. You go through the physical therapy, you go through treatment and rehab on the weekends and stuff like that too. But I think for Arizona State, in terms of a game plan, they'll start out fast. I think that's one thing that we've seen from this Arizona State team. That's something not to, be worried about, but it's the second half. What are we going to see from Arizona State? What are we going to see from Sam Levitt on those 3rd and 8s, on those 3rd and 5s? Can they convert on the outside? And I get Manuch that Sam Levitt struggled throwing the football, but I want to see Xavier Guillory, Jake Smith win on the outside, because at the end of the day, folks, it's a Power 4 team versus a Group of 5 team.
Yeah. Yes.
So you should have the athletes against a Texas State team, but don't count them out. I get Jordan McLeod, their starting quarterback. He's played 5 years of college. He's played at 3 different universities, so he knows the playbook. But for me, when I look at Arizona State, it's going to be that second half, and can they execute on those crucial 3rd down plays to beat Texas State?
And the other thing too, guys, they've not played from behind. They've been leading these first 2 games.
That's right.
They haven't played behind. And to McLeod's point, very poised. He understands. There's probably no defense he has not seen. Now, if the pressure that ASU puts, like they did last week on the Mississippi State quarterback, they put the pressure. Was it Chafin, the kid, the Chafin kid?
Yeah, Blake Chapin.
Chapin, yeah. They put pressure on him, which initially unnerved him. Then they got protection in the second half, and you saw Mississippi State come back.
They did.
But again, I think what Kenny Dillingham wants to see is the constant physicality and speed through 4 quarters and not take this game for granted whatsoever. And the other thing, guys, realize they're going to have some days off. So they're going to go give it their best, which they should.
Yeah.
But the kind of reward is, hey, look, guys, we go play our butts off, play hard. We're going to have a couple extra days off before we play our 4th game. And I think that's vitally important. They got Oklahoma State next. Is the next?
So they got Texas Tech at Texas Tech next.
Yes.
But when you look at their schedule, guys, this has got to be the pivotal game that the Sun Devils grab. You got this one. You got at Texas Tech on the 21st with the Texas Tech team struggling.
Yes,
they barely beat Abilene State. They lose at Wazoo. And then you start to get a conference play, back-to-back games against Kansas, Utah at home. You got at Oklahoma State, at Kansas State, at Arizona. So those are the type of games where we expect the Sun Devils to lose. So if they want to make a bowl game, this is a must-win.
Here's what those three teams you mentioned, the Texas States, Texas Techs, the Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's, that's going to be like the true litmus test.
That will be.
So what they have is they've got dudes that are excellent in open space. So now we're going to see what kind of a tackling team this ASU defense is when you got guys running all over the place. It's like that kid that caught that ball for Mississippi State on the right sideline. Kid must have ran a 4.2 when he caught that.
He was gone.
Yeah. So when you get guys, maybe not so much Texas State, but Texas Tech's got a lot of players. And this is what really challenges your defense for a secondary coach is so many guys with these air raid offenses that's Texas State, Texas Tech, and Oklahoma State. So this is a good I'm not going to say scrimmage. I'm not going to downgrade Texas State to that point. But this is a good test to say this team is going to be the closest you're going to face to Texas Tech and Oklahoma State, so get you prepped. And I thought what they did last week was just the way that they put pressure on the quarterback. They stopped the run. And they would rush 3 and drop 8. And that quarterback, even though he's experienced, trying to throw into 8-man coverages, I've been there and done that against Oklahoma. 4 interceptions later, I've been there and done that. Okay, truth be told,
I got you.
That's like what did somebody come out of the stands
and grab that ball?
Ball?
Yeah.
So this is a true good. I'm going to say it. Warm up for the Devils before the next 2 games.
Fair enough. That brings us then to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. And for a free quote repair or installation, just go to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media, searching #SexyRoofStatus. Here's the question. How many all-purpose yards will ASU running back Cam Scattaboo have in tonight's game against Texas State? Here are your options. 100 plus, 150 plus, 200 plus, 225 plus. What have we got so far?
Well, it's growing 100-plus yards, 53.3%, followed by 150-plus yards. That's at 26.7%. Then 225-plus yards, that's 13.3. 200 yards plus 6.7. So I think a lot of folks are I was thinking 150-plus. But it seems as though that happened last week. It might have been a little bit of an anomaly. But 100-plus leading the charge, Jimmy, at 53.3%.
All right, so we're hanging out here today at Twin Peaks here at Camelback. You can't miss this. Great crowd already here, and they will have both games on tonight. The NFL game, which is Buffalo at Miami, and then the game that we were just discussing, which, of course, is ASU on the road at Texas State. So I'm looking forward to this, Manuch. This is going to be a lot of fun being able to watch these football games tonight. All right, when we come back, well, we're going to dive into the baseball of the D-backs who are off today, and we'll also do some conversation of University of Arizona playing the K-State Wildcats, and my esteemed colleague, former K-State QB, he's got some thoughts on that game. I'm picking the Wildcats to win. I can't go wrong.
Boy, Jim, way to go out on a limb on that one.
That's me. Yeah. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group's Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Introducing Smidge, the game-changing, ready-to-drink beverage that's shaking up the market. With just 2.5% alcohol and only 50 calories in a 12-ounce serving, Smidge is perfect for the sober curious. Smidge better taste, fewer calories, and double the fun. Try it today.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
TD, Tutty, taking it to the house. Whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback.
All right, everybody, we're hanging out here. Camelback location for Twin Peaks. It's right off the 17 on Camelback.
What?
Yeah.
What? The 17?
Yeah.
No, Jimmy.
51.
No, 51.
The 51.
Okay.
Well, they all look alike.
Take
to me.
2, Jimmy.
It's a freaking highway. They all look alike. So
it's not my job.
No,
you got that right.
Thank you, Kyler.
Yeah, you got that right. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm like lost in space today.
Well,
I guess it's every day.
Jazz, you get that on tape?
Yeah.
Jimmy, let's just start this bad boy over. Okay, take 2.
All right, we're here at the Camelback location right off the 51 at Twin Peaks. Thank you, my brother, for doing that. Yeah. All right, a little baseball. The D-backs off today, but Manuch, they sure did just beat the ever-loving snot out of the Texas Rangers.
Well, 13 extra base hits, a record, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a record. And you look at this the lineup yesterday. There was really only, Pavin Smith was a pitch hit. Bell, only 3 guys without a base hit. Everybody else had a base hit. Even Newman. Newman, that's right. But again, I think this Ortiz lineup, line drive hitters, power hitters, all the above. Anybody at any particular time can go ahead and take a yard. And I like that about this team. And Ketel Marte, I would say he's back, feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think that ankle's doing pretty good. 3 for 4 yesterday, had the 4 RBIs, the 1 home run, 5 dingers by this team. 2 of those coming from Suarez, who is just on fire. 4 for 4, had the 2 RBI, had the 2 home runs, and 4 runs scored. So the batting order is really, with 16 games to go,
right,
really coming alive. Nice to see Zach Gallen have a great outing, 2 back-to-back great outings. Merrill Kelly had to leave after the 4th because of cramps in the hamstring. I'm telling you, get on that pickle juice and Pedialyte. Do the combo.
Here we go.
Put a little Gatorade in there. I'll take care of everything. But after 4 innings, gave up 4 hits. He did give up 3 earned runs, Jimmy, as far as that. And the pitch count wasn't quite so bad, only 68 pitches.
Well, that's because he had to leave.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, up until that time, he had been about 80, 85, 90. Ciccone comes in and gives up really the only run. But if there's one thing you look at, it's the bullpen. They're doing a very good job of holding the opponents to really 0 runs or 1 run. Montgomery comes in and does the last 3 innings, pretty much the same.
What'd you think of Montgomery coming in to close?
Well,
like
not to close, pitch the last 3 innings.
Well, that's what I said. He's closing out the game.
I think it was well-needed work.
Okay.
They had the buffer, they had the cachet, they had the credit, whatever you want to call it. for him to get some work in. And, you look at it, 3 innings, 37 pitches, not bad. Only had the one walk. One walk is all he had.
Yeah.
Only gave up the 2 hits. He looked a little more under control to me, a little more poised.
Okay.
So maybe he's feeling it, but he needed the work. I mean, he desperately needed that work. And I thought overall to come in there and kind of close that game out, if you will, was I think, for Torey Lovello and his staff to go, you know what? He looks better. If we get a few more opportunities, we want to make sure that he's in sync, that he's ready to go, just in case he's got to become like a fifth starter or an emergency starter, or if somebody goes down, then he's got a guy that he can plug in the rotation that's getting himself back up to speed. I just think that he just got out of sorts.
I'm with you 100%. Milwaukee Brewers coming in now. Important series with the Brew Crew.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a team basically is leading the National League Central. I mean, they're just pretty much running away with it. And on top of that, when you look at this Brew Crew, you look at a team that's steady as she goes. Pat Murphy, former Sun Devil skipper, after he got let go by Arizona State several years ago. Here he is. He goes over to the Padres organization. Now he's a skipper since Council's left and gone over to the Cubs. But when you look at the wild card scenario,
okay,
Diamondbacks +2, Padres +1.5. Mets, who have won 8 out of the last 10, are even. They currently hold the 3rd spot. The Braves are 1 game behind. Cubs are out of it. They're 5 games back. So I just think right now, Jimmy, it's a 4-horse race. And when you look at the Diamondbacks, won 6 out of the last 10. They've won 3 in a row. The Padres have struggled a little bit. They're 5-5 the last 10. But there's the New York Mets. Don't count them out. So I think these 3 teams with 16 games to go are going to hold serve. And especially when you got a league, put it this way, a division-leading team like the Milwaukee Brewers coming in,
yes,
you're going to have your work cut out for you
yes,
if you're the Diamondbacks.
Okay. We've been talking a lot, and rightfully so, about ASU football. They play tonight at Texas State. However, U of A plays tomorrow night at my esteemed colleague's alma mater. Both of them are named Wildcats, so that's why I know a Wildcat is going to win. So, Manuch, break this one down. U of A, who has not looked that great so far, and K-State looked really good their first game, struggled in the second game. What are we going to get here with teams that are 2-0?
Well, it's amazing to see that NAU is up 10-6 at halftime.
Exactly.
Against this juggernaut of a passing game that you saw with Fafita and McMillan going back and forth. They just couldn't get the ball to McMillan early on in that game. And then they only scored 16 points in the second half against NAU. Now, not to take anything against NAU, but they are playing much better defense. It's just their offense. I don't know. I don't know if U of A took this game lightly.
Okay.
They scored a lot of points against New Mexico. As I mentioned, they scored 60-some points. But New Mexico scored 40-some points. So I don't know if that was a little bit of a hangover. I don't know. But they should have taken NAU to the woodshed. That should have been a good scrimmage where you put at least 30-some, 40 points.
I agree with that.
When you only win 22-10,
yeah,
something was amiss. Now, a little more motivation.
Okay.
Going into Manhattan, Kansas, the home of the Little Apple. And then, as you mentioned, the Cats, my Cats were down to Tulane. And they're still looking to get their offense on track. Avery Johnson, their second-year quarterback. Main reason why Will Howard left, folks, to go to Ohio State. I think it's a pretty good move.
I thought that was
by Will
move.
Howard
yes,
to make a lot of money and leading the charge at Ohio State. But, he's one of those quarterbacks, dual threat kid. Had 181 yards passing, had the 2 touchdowns against Tulane. And then he had 40 yards rushing. So they need to unleash him a little bit more, get their offense. But they had 215 yards rushing. They kicked in that second half. They got the 24 points in that second half. They did get the 14 points in the fourth quarter to come back and beat Tulane because their quarterback, Mensa, I think it was Darian Mensa, he threw for 342.
That kid can play.
He can play. So, and K-State, who is taunting their vaunted defense, they better shore up their defensive secondary because guess what? You get Fafita and T-Mac coming in, they can line it up against anybody. Now, it'll just be a matter of can Dwayne Aquina, the defensive coordinator at U of A, stop the K-State Cats? Can he stop their running game, which they rely on?
Okay.
So I think this will be a close game. I think this is a game on a Friday night. I hope my Cats can win it like 28-25, but I think this might come down to a field goal. But when you go into Kansas State, you go into Manhattan, Kansas, that is a very intimidating place.
It's a tough place to play.
It is loud.
Yes, it is.
It is. They stand and cheer. I hope U of A worked on their, what do you call it, the signals, pretty much, what do you call it, the no count, quiet count.
Silent
count.
Silent
They had to because it gets so loud there. That's one of those things that they want to make sure. So when I think of this K-State U of A game, I think of a team in both teams that had a little bit of a, I'm not going to say hangover after their first game, but I think
didn't play well.
No,
in
they
game 2.
didn't play well. Jax, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yo, you're good. Yeah, when I think I look at this game, it's pretty interesting. This is Arizona's first non-Big 12 game.
Yeah.
So it's a Big 12 matchup, but it's a non-conference game because Kansas State and Arizona made this game a while back.
Correct.
Which I think benefits the Big 12. When you look at the struggles of Notre Dame, the struggles of the ACC, if one of these teams can find their way into the conference championship, you've got a top 20 win on your resume, a non-conference win. So for the Big 12, I think you're hoping whoever wins this game comes out on top, and you try to get that second team in the Big 12.
Yeah, and whether it's non-conference, and as you mentioned, was scheduled a couple years prior back, you still want to win this game because the so-called tiebreakers, some conferences have them, some don't. The Big Ten came out last week, talked about their tiebreaker.
Right.
I don't know what the Big 12's tiebreaker is, but even though this doesn't count as a conference game, it's all about the competition. So when you get into the tournament, the 12-team tournament, they're going to look at the power schedule, the RPI, which very much will come into play from that particular standpoint. Hey, folks, I want to talk to you about the G2G and protein bars. You've heard me and Rock talk about it for the last several months. Not your average stale off-the-shelf protein bar. I got to tell you, they're fantastic. There's 8 flavors, including Rock's personal favorite, peanut butter banana chocolate. Mine's dark chocolate.
Woo!
What makes these bars so delicious is they're fresh with no preservatives, and they're stored in the fridge. Myself and Rock, we can pack them for lunch. I'm always out there training my quarterbacks. I have one in the morning and one in the afternoon. It is what you definitely need to do. It doesn't have any kind of fats, solid protein. And how about this? A protein bar that's good for you. Got to check them out in the refrigerated section at Costco, or just go to g2gbar.com. That's g2gbar.com. Get one today and go to the refrigerated section at Costco and get you a real, true, healthy protein bar.
There you go, the G2GBar.com. Coming up, Mark May is going to join us, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. We're going to start with college football with him and then move into the National Football League. Hanging out today, Camelback location of Twin Peaks. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Mercury will return to action tomorrow against the Connecticut Sun. The team signed guard Amy Atwell to a second 7-day contract. ASU opens the Week 3 college football slate with today's game against Texas State. 18th-ranked U of A meets number 15 Kansas State tomorrow. The Cardinals continue preparing for Sunday's home opener with the Rams. Wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. says he's ready to bounce back from his performance in Week 1. The Diamondbacks' current 3-game winning streak has them in the NL's first wild card spot at 82-64. They're off today and welcome in the Brewers tomorrow. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers, Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Got a burning urge to pick games each week? Sign up now for Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Win weekly Twin Peaks fan cards and season-long prizes, including $5,000 cash. Visit fanpick'em.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant.
Say it again?
Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Downey rinse. Okay, I just placed him on hold and he's ready. I'll let him know about the audio.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the things that just will never come out. Downey in the rinse change. Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downey rinse and refresh, it's a dream.
Downey rinse and refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The NFL action is here. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTS to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's code SPORTS, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
Now joining Roc and Manuch to talk everything football is two-time Super Bowl champion, a member of the famed Washington Redskins Hogs offensive line, 1981 first-round pick, earned All-American honors at Pitt, and a member of the College Football Hall of Fame, football analyst and commentator Mark May, now on Fox Sports 910.
Nah. Yeah, you play football, like, there's a lot of stuff moving around. You're moving fast, like, you don't see everything.
What would they do to take away Mark? Your life?
Honestly, man, I wouldn't say they were just taking them away. I think, I'm just, as a quarterback, obviously, you're going through your read. Sometimes the ball goes to him, but that's not, it's not my job. Obviously, I have a sense and a feel for guys when they don't get the ball and when they're, when they are getting the ball. But, I leave that up to Drew. Drew always, he tells me don't worry about that type of stuff. Just keep playing your game and, get the ball to where the ball's supposed to go.
That is Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray. It's not his job, apparently, to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Hanging out today. Twin Peaks Camelback is where we are located. And great to have Mark May, two-time Super Bowl champion, on the show. He joins us right now. Mark, just let me begin. Manuch lost it in the first hour when we played that clip and Kyler Murray stating the fact that it was not his job to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. So thank you, pal, for coming on the show. You talk first because Manuch is going to lose it again.
Hey, Jimmy B, if it's not his job, who the hell's job is it?
There you go.
Amen. Eric
Amen.
Johnson Jr., James Conner, Sid Petzing. Now he's going to blame it on the offensive coordinator. It's your job. Your first read should be, you know what? The first read is Marvin Harrison Jr. The second read, Marvin Harrison Jr. The third read, Marvin Harrison Jr. Then everybody else. Why in the heck did you draft him the fourth pick in the draft, the top wide receiver in the draft, and bring him in to throw to him just a handful of times and he only has one reception for 4 yards? It's your job as a quarterback to distribute the ball, yes, but it's your job to get it to your number one receiver. Guess what? Do you think that would have happened if they had a number one receiver that was really good here that didn't get the ball, that was an older player? He would probably say something after this loss. But no, Marvin Harrison is a rookie. He's not going to say anything. So the bottom line is, He is your number one receiver. You throw to your number one receiver first and foremost, and that's it.
You might have to have Stephon Diggs. He had to deal with him. I guess that comment, I heard that late last night, Mark, and I'm sorry, I had a chance to vent a little bit. I think the proper answer would have been, I got to do a better job, and if we're not getting the ball to him, I will talk to the offensive coordinator. I just hear this immaturity over and over from a guy that's in his 6th year. So I went off. I'm sorry. I apologize to our listeners.
No, you don't
But
have
who
to.
the hell's job? Matter of fact, Mark, I wrote a job description out during the break, and I'm going to send it over there to on Twitter to one Kyler Murray.
Absolutely, you should. You think DeAndre Hopkins would have been happy with a loss in Buffalo if he got targeted a few times and only had one catch? If he was still on this roster? You know he would have been saying something to somebody. You know, Marvin Harrison Jr. is a rookie. He's not going to do that. But the thing is, with this offense, this is a losing franchise and a losing team. Your head coach is 4-14. So you better find ways to win, and you better find ways to get the ball to your best receiver, no matter how. I don't care if they pitch it to him out of the backfield. Get the ball in his hands. That's why the heck you drafted him.
And the comments by Jonathan Gannon, I thought, were covering for his offensive coordinator. Well, they were bracketed. They were double cover, blah, 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 blah. I said the same thing. I said, look, you can call plays versus cover 2, dig routes, hook routes, slant. There's 11 to 90 things you could run against with Jonathan Gannon. I think he was covering for him, but I think behind closed doors, he probably said, look, Drew, you need to get the damn ball to the quote-unquote generational receiver coming out. I don't know. This whole thing just reeks of, to your point, losing football.
And CYA. And here's the thing. My God, do you think Jordan Jefferson or Justin Jefferson, he doesn't get double covered or he doesn't have cloud coverage over him on every play? Because he's a number one wide receiver and he finds a way to get open and they find a way to get him the football with the third-team quarterback? In this team, in this offense, you can't find a way to get the ball to your best wide receiver? That's baloney. I don't want to hear that. Step up and take responsibility. First thing out of Gannon's mouth should have been, you know what? We should have targeted Marvin more and gotten him the ball more. Trying to win the football game. I understand you're trying to win the football game. The bottom line, if he's your number one, you're getting the doggone ball.
Mark May is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, so take us now to the upcoming game on Sunday. The Rams are so beat up and banged up, yet in Detroit over the weekend, they took them right to the final play before they lost in overtime. What do you expect out of this game this weekend, Mark?
I expect the usual. Jonathan Gannon is 0-2 against the Rams as a head coach with the aggregate score of 63-23, so none of the games have been close. Kyler Murray hasn't done that well against the Rams. The only good thing for Kyler is number 99 is not on the other side of the scrimmage, so he's not in the fetal position half of the game. They will probably play hard against the Rams, but the Rams beaten up and banged up. But I'll tell you one thing, the guy on the sideline, Sean McVay, the man can coach. He can find ways to win with second and third teamers and backups in the NFL, and he can be competitive every week. That's the difference in coaching between Jonathan Gannon and Sean McVay.
Mark, you've been the outstanding offensive tackle that you were for many years. Do you find it interesting that the Cardinals were not under center at all in the second half, and they tried that experiment in the first half, 8, 9 times? You think there's a reason for that when a guy that's 5'8" and 100 and nothing pounds?
Absolutely. Just think about it. If he's 5'8", 5'9", he's taking a snap from a 6'5" center, and he's got guards that are 6'4" and 6'5". As soon as he takes the snap, they stand up and block. He can't see the defense. He's got to drop back. That's why they're in the gun all the time. Just admit it. If you're better out of the gun and he can't see, just do it. You know, all this stuff about putting him under the line of scrimmage, it doesn't matter. You know, he's got to take the snap anyway and read the defense, and it's better for him because of his height to take the shotgun snaps because he can see the defense much better, and he's not right behind a 6'5" offensive guard or offensive center. So I understand what they're doing, the concept they're doing, but they just go for these stupid things. The people in the media, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, you need to coach him better. You need to play harder. You need to make halftime adjustments that are winning halftime adjustments. You know what? You probably should practice harder because most of the games that you're in the first half, you fall away in the second half. I don't know if it's because the plays are scripted in the first half, but I'll tell you one thing. The other teams get better in the second half because Buffalo turned the switch at halftime, and they were a better football team in the second half. That's why they won.
We're all with you on that 100%. Quickly to college football because we got several questions for you there as well. ASU on the road tonight at Texas State. Your thought on playing on a short week for both teams?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If they can come out and play like they did against Mississippi State, they've got a great chance to win this game. But don't sleep on this team at Texas State. The Bobcats are for real. Last year, this team beat Baylor by double digits early in the season, and they can play with the big boys, and they've got depth. I know a guy that runs a betting fund, and this is his best bet of the week is taking Texas State in the 2. But I don't know if Arizona State can come back off a short work week. It's going to be interesting to see. They played a very physical game on Saturday. It's going to be tough for Scadaboo. I don't think he's going to have as many touches as he did in the game against Mississippi State.
3.
But if they try to feed him the ball that much off a short work week, it's going to be tough for him to complete the season staying healthy just because he's getting so many hits and so many touches because he's not going to shy away from anybody. He's going to run over people, and I love the way he runs the football.
Mark, it looks like the Pac-12 become the Pac-6 in 26 and 27. Looks like the buyouts are going to happen with 4 teams coming from the Mountain West. Do you see more teams coming from the Mountain West into the Pac-12?
I think that's probably going to be a possibility. I think when you look at it, it all comes down to the dollars. If the Pac-12 can get a better television contract than the Mountain West, and teams from the Mountain West are going to shy away and probably go to the Pac-12. But we'll see what's going to happen down the road. You know, it's always all about money, the bottom line. But it was interesting to see what happened with the 4 teams going over to the Pac-12 in the future. But I'm going to be interested to see if anybody else from any other conference makes the switch because I think it's going to be difficult because there's so much money in the buyout for them to leave their conference and go to another conference. A lot of schools just can't afford it.
Do you think that, and it's far-fetched because Notre Dame is the independent in football, that there's enough money from the Pac-12 to entice Notre Dame to come and be part of that Pac-12 conference, even though they got the basketball side of things in the ACC?
Not a chance. If Notre Dame goes anyplace, it's going to be the Big Ten because they're going to pay them a heck of a lot more than the Pac-12 would pay them. And they're going to stay independent as long as possible because they've got that contract with NBC. So basically, they don't have to go anyplace. They're already in the ACC for basically half of their games. So they're making money on both ends. But Notre Dame, I don't think will ever go to a conference unless they're put in a position where they go maybe 11-1 or 12-0 one year and get left out of the playoff, which I don't think will happen, but that could possibly happen because they're not going to play a conference championship game like everybody else, so they're going to lose that 1 point of another game. So if they get to a point where they're going to be left out because they're not playing that championship game, then they'll probably start thinking about moving into a conference.
Mark May is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Tomorrow night, University of Arizona at K-State, the Battle of the Wildcats. This is a non-conference game. It was scheduled prior to U of A jumping into the Big 12. This is a terrific matchup, don't you think?
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing. I'm taking the Wildcats in this game. The Kansas State Wildcats.
Wow.
I'm
Thank
going
you,
for the
Mark.
Yes.
Yes. By the way, I still got that hat you brought back to me. I was several years ago. I still wear that bad boy because it's got the Mark May luck on it. So hopefully we can find a little bit more offense, get that defense taken away. When you watch U of A a little bit more, do they have enough juice when you watch them I should say barely, kind of scruffle up lists in a win against NAU?
I'll tell you one thing. Watching this team, they're kind of perplexing the way that they play. They don't play well in the first half, but they turn it on in the second half. And they struggle with New Mexico, and then they struggle with Northern Arizona. But the way that they can turn it on offensively, when you've got wide receivers that can catch the ball like with McMillan, and you've got a quarterback with Noah Fafita that can get them the ball, they got to continue to utilize that connection and use it a lot. And I just think the Northern Arizona game was one of those roll your hats out on the field game where the players weren't really excited to play in that game because they knew they were going to find a way to win. And they were kind of looking forward to Kansas State. But it's going to be an interesting game. I wonder if they're going to be able to score. If they can score over 35 in this game, they win it.
I just
don't think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just don't think Kansas State can score that many points. Very solid on defense, very solid on special teams, but they've got to get their offense cranking.
I just saw this tweet by McMillan. If he does come out in the draft, he sent a note to the Cardinals. Please do not draft me. I just saw that come across. Just came across. Do not draft me. I want to catch footballs for a living. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I've got a quarterback that will feed me the ball as many times as I want.
That's it.
And usually 3 or 4 times a quarter. If you play for the Cardinals, you may get it once a game.
Unbelievable.
Mark, we are enjoying you watching you on Channel 15. Keep up the great work, brother.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great one.
There you go. That's Mark May, everybody. He's presented by All City Towing, and you can join the team at the largest towing company in the state. It is indeed All City Towing, and they are hiring like dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel, and the benefit package is excellent. You get a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. It's all available at All City Towing. So are you ready to take your career to the next level? Here's all you have to do. Just go online, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com and search careers. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Monday, Manuch, where are we going to be?
Oh, Monday will be Talking Stick Resort.
I can't wait. It's going to be a great time. It is the ultimate Monday night tailgate party, and Atlanta and Philly is the NFL game, and the Diamondbacks and Rockies baseball game will be on as well. And here's the best part. You will have a chance at halftime of the NFL game to win $9,100. How much did I say?
$9,100. There'll be 20 people, Jimmy.
That's it. 20 people with an opportunity to win $9,100. We're going to be at Talking Stick Resort on Monday in the showroom. Make sure you're there as well. All right, coming up, it's our Twin Peaks Girls Camelback Location Football Challenge. It's all presented by Twin Peaks Blue Moon and Coors Light. We'll take the fifth caller, 602-260-9191. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill, dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination. With 4 convenient locations throughout Phoenix and Tempe, you'll get the best sports bar experience. Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home of the hashtag sexy roof status.
Are you sick of fad diets or tired of overpaying for name brand weight loss meds? Semaglutide and tirzepatide, now available at Metier Clinical Services. These injectables are revolutionizing weight loss, starting at just $275 per month. Transform your health today, whether in Arcadia or online at metierpharmacy.com. Our expert team supports you every step of the way. Ready to take control? Contact Metier Clinical Services at 602-835-2675. Visit metierclinicalservices.com. Consult your healthcare provider before starting any weight loss program.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Don't miss a minute of the action when Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium Saturday, October 5th.
Yes, his name is Glenn.
Rival Kansas.
Swoboda throws, intercepted by Sophia Sayu. Cyrus Fiaseu is going to take it all the way in for an Arizona State touchdown. A pick 6 for San Diego State transfer Cyrus Fiaseu.
Get your tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick 6, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a realtor can help answer. Because realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what realtors do, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
I'm still here. ASU. Unfortunately, I'm an Arizona native myself, but I'm going with Kansas State. Unfortunately, I got to go with the Rams. Well, up until now.
Arizona girly. If I told you what I knew what I was talking about, I'd be lying. So.
Okay. Allie, did you grow up here?
I did, yeah. Bullhead City, Arizona.
Wow,
Yep.
really?
Mhm.
Bullhead City. It's like 195 up there.
Yep.
This time of year.
Yes, yeah. Still very hot. My parents actually they've been traveling this summer. They just got home a few days ago and they said, "Whoa, we want to hit the road again. It's too hot still."
But you got the river right there.
It is. Yep, that's the only way to cool down.
So are you like a professional skier and all that? Water skier?
Not quite professional, but I can get up, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. Hey, how many boats are on that river during the summer? Is it just packed?
Insane, yeah. To the point where on the weekends, us locals don't really go out. Kind of just leave it to the people.
So,
who are out of
Allie,
town.
growing up, I mean, when you became of age, that's where a lot of folks had to go gamble
Yep.
legitimately. So maybe with Jax, he's our degenerate gambler. Excuse me, he's the gambler of the show. Maybe give him a few pointers about that's where everybody would go.
Yeah,
Bullhead
definitely.
City.
Mhm. Oh, I don't really gamble much. I'm good at Keno.
Okay.
Keno. Okay.
So skiing and
Keno, that's my forte right there.
Water skiing on the river.
So if Glenn wins that $25 man card, when are you typically here so he can come visit you and maybe rub it in your face or something like
Right.
that?
I'll definitely, if I see him back in, I'll tell him, hey, and congrats.
There you go. Thank you, Allie.
Absolutely.
You're a
Appreciate
great
it.
partner.
Of course.
Appreciate you
Thank you,
very
guys.
much. There you go. That's Allie from Twin Peaks. And I repeat once again that so far the Twin Peaks ladies are undefeated in our contest, and Glenn will try to change that.
You never know that, she's just, not that she's just winging it, the loyalty for ASU. I got that. And I got to go against those Wildcats down there in Tucson. That's going to be a close game. And then this Rams-Cardinals game,
Right.
what is it? The Rams have outscored Jonathan Gannon and his team 63-23 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah,
that was a great stat by Mark May.
But as you mentioned, Jimmy, yesterday, it's a banged up Rams team.
They are.
I mean, but you got Matthew Stafford.
I know.
You got Colin Cup.
You got Cooper Kupp.
You got, even though Puka Nacua is out.
He is.
They got tight ends that seem to burn the Cardinals.
Manuch, their
take
entire
advantage of the Cardinals.
offensive line is hurt. They got nobody to block.
I think Mark May just texted me, said, he said the Rams even called me if I come out of retirement. Well, and that's where, you got Rollis as your defensive coordinator for the Cardinals. He's going to have to bring the heat.
Yep.
I agree. He's
agree.
got to bring the heat. Yep. Stop the run. Push the pocket. Put pressure. But I tell you what, Sean McVay has always had an answer for that, has he not? He's rolled out Stafford. He's bootlegged him. He's done the waggles. He's put him on the run. And the receiving core, no matter who's out there, always seems not to be open, Jimmy, but wide ass open most of the time against this Cardinals team. So this is a game. I think it's gonna be a closer game than a lot of people think.
I'm with you.
But if Matthew Stafford gets protection and he finds Cooper Kupp all over the place, what do you have, like 92 receptions last week?
It felt like a kid played great.
But here's the thing that's amazing about Sean McVay.
Two.
The lack of a running game, right? So he used him as just like the dink and dunk of the running game. Someone like what Bill Walsh did many years ago before they did, Roger Craig developed their running game. By the way, Roger Craig up for a Hall of Fame award.
He is.
As those nominees came out yesterday. Very well deserved.
Absolutely.
But that's how smart and creative Sean McVay is. Look, I don't have a running game. Guys are banged up. Guys are off the streets. How about if we just throw hitches, slants, little quick outs to get 5 yards at a time and just keep matriculating that football down the field?
I knew you were going to say that.
Absolutely.
Good golly.
But see, that's the difference between a winning team and a losing team, knowing how to manipulate the defense, take what they give them. And I just have not seen that in Drew Petzing. I'm sorry, folks. Have not seen that in him in reference to managing a game when you got people either taken out of a game or you got a quarterback that's struggling or trying to get back into a game. Just have not seen that whatsoever from him as the offensive coordinator.
Hey, we're hanging out till 4 o'clock here at the Camelback location of Twin Peaks.
30?
And they have 5 locations now. And you need to make this place your college and NFL and Major League Baseball headquarters. Don't forget also to sign up for our free annual
20.
Pro Football Pick'em contest. Just go to fanpick'em.com. It's all presented by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Again, that's fanpick'em.com. Howard Balls are coming up at 3:30. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Roll the dice every Monday night for your chance to win $9,100. Join Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and friends at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. It's a thrilling night filled with fun, friends, and big prizes. Don't miss out.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you right now, like Alt 2K.
Don't wanna be an American idiot.
Just search Alt 2K and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Free never sounded so good.
You met with the stable boy despite your father's orders. He hoisted you onto the saddle and you wrapped your arms around him, embracing his silent strength. He lay you down amongst the wildflowers. You experienced love like never before while you were buying dish soap. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover heart-stopping romance titles on Audible.
TD, tutty, taking it to the house, whatever you call a touchdown, they matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 910. That's code 910 for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus, Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
The biggest mistake people make is waiting too long before they call Raffy. Let us go to work immediately.
I'm calling Rappy. 623-388-4333. Call Rappy.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
D-backs' current 3-game winning streak has them in the NL's first wild card spot at 82-64. They're off today and welcome in the Brewers tomorrow. Eduardo Rodriguez will get the start. The Mercury back in action tomorrow against Connecticut. The team signed guard Amy Atwell to a second 7-day contract. Arizona State opens the Week 3 college football slate with today's game against Texas State. 18th-ranked U of A takes on number 15 Kansas State tomorrow. And the Cardinals continuing their preparations for the home opener coming up on Sunday when they take on the Rams. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 70s, and then slightly cooler for your Friday with the daytime high right around 103. For the Fox 10 Weather Experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all.
You're live.
977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Welcome back, everybody. We roll till 4 o'clock, hanging out the Camelback location here for Twin Peaks. They will have both football games on the screens tonight. The NFL, Buffalo at Miami, and the college game, ASU visiting Texas State. That is at Twin Peaks. All 5 locations will have it all for you. And Twin Peaks is presenting our top headlines of the day. And right now, all you have to do is just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. A chance to win an amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler with multiple cases of Cocoa 5. Here's some of the really good stuff. $250 Twin Peaks gift card, and Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B logoed Wild Gear tumblers. You cannot go wrong. Just enter. Just text Peaks to 59925. Standard message, data rates apply. Twin Peaks, unforgettable experience. You can watch the games here tonight. All right, Manuch, we have no baseball today for the D-backs. They get a well-earned day off. They just swept the Texas Rangers out of town.
Yeah, after winning 3 games in a row and setting a record for 13 extra base hits yesterday, this team literally on a roll. Outstanding outing for at least 4 innings by Merrill Kelly before the cramp monster got into his hamstring, which is, no strain, nothing there, just but cramps. You're going to have to figure that out. I think he had some issues with that last year, not so much this year. And I know that Zach Gallen had that a little bit as well, too. So I think from that standpoint, it's good. It's all right. I think with Montgomery coming in, and from those last 3 innings, that was a good sign as well as he pitched against this World Series champ Texas Rangers. I like that. But, Jimmy, when you look at the stats of this team, you look at Corbin Carroll, Suarez, Lourdes Gurriel, on and on and on, you're starting to see a team get healthy. Now, the only 2 that are remaining to get back in the fold is Gabriel Moreno. You can tell Gabby, love to see him get back. They said he could be available next week. But I would say, look, I know you want to get him back, but just make sure with that groin injury, just make sure he's capable, he's 100%, and that there's no issues. You'd rather err on the side of caution. And then Lourdes Gurriel, he should be, I think with that calf strain, maybe another week or so. But aside from that, Jimmy, when you look at this team and you go 1 through 9 as they are now, their on-base percentage and their slugging percentage for all the guys that are playing has marked up almost like by, I'm going to say, twofold within the last month, especially with Suarez. When you look at him now, look at his batting average. He was below the Mendoza line.
Way below.
He's hitting 256 now. On-base percentage, which was, I think, 0.000 at one time, is 0.324. Slugging percentage since mid-June is 484. So I look at the top. Let's look at the top 6 guys. Let's look at Carroll, Suarez, Gurriel, Marte, Walker, and McCarthy, and we'll throw Jock Peterson in there as well.
I would too. Yeah.
So their slugging percentage, starting with Jock Peterson, 536. Jake McCarthy, 422. Christian Walker, now back in the fold after his 2 dingers the other night, 483. Ketel Marte, picking up right where he left off, 587. Lourdes Gurriel, when he's playing, 428. He's picked up.
He really has.
Last several weeks.
Yep.
Look at Suarez, as I mentioned, 484. And then Corbin Carroll, you need to yell at him more often, Jimmy.
I just yelled at him that one day. That's it.
And he must have heard you because
I guess
his slugging percentage is at 425. Now, let's look at the marked improvement as far as percentage, as far as on-base percentage, which has helped get runners on. And let's look at that. Carroll, 316. Suarez, 324. Gurriel struggling a little bit, 316. But here's what really stands out. Ketel Marte, almost 370. You get Christian Walker, almost 340. Jake McCarthy, almost 360.
That's really good.
But Jock Peterson, here he is, 404 as far as getting on base. And the averages have gone up. I won't go through all the averages, but the averages the last month, hitting instructor, I think forward scouting, the hitting, working with guys, this has become a more patient team at the plate after the All-Star break.
My word was going to be more disciplined.
Yeah, I would say that goes with it. More disciplined, patient. I think they really emphasized, look, guys, you can't hit every pitch. Look for your pitch, especially if you get ahead of the count. If you get up 2-0 or 3-1, look for your pitch. It's okay to take the walk. And I think the one thing I've heard from this Diamondback players is pass the baton. Pass the baton. We want runners on base. Nobody's going to win it with one swing. To that point, when you talk about home runs out of the top, let's just say out of the top 7, this team can win it with one swing. And I'll start from the top. Corbin Carroll got 19 home runs, right? Suarez has got 28. Gurriel's got 17. Ketel Marte, 31 home runs. Too bad he got hurt. Otherwise, he might be in contention for that MVP. Christian Walker picking up 25 home runs. Then you got Jock Peterson at 22 home runs. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, really 7 guys at any time that can take it yard. Now, Perdomo, more of a line drive hitter. He's got 3 dingers. Every once in a while, he runs into one. Gabby Moreno, when he's playing, he can run into one. So you've got a balanced team, line drive hitting team, on-base percentage team that gets on base, a team that there's, 8 or 9 players at any particular time that can one swing of the bat, they can take it yard. Now I think we see Mike Hazen's work the last 4 years starting to come to fruition from the hitting side. And whatever adjustments, the things they worked on is a more practical, understanding team. That is what I think it's 180 runs, Jimmy. Last time I looked,
it's a lot.
As far as run differential is concerned, with this Diamondback team, I'll pull it up here real quick. I'll go to as far as looking at the rest of the league, and you always look at the run differential that a lot of teams have throughout Major League Baseball. The Dodgers are plus 112. The D-backs are 102, okay? So they're 102. But here's the Brew Crew coming in at plus 124.
Yes.
So, and then you got the Phillies at plus 124. And then you look at going up plus 124, the Yankees. So they're in the elite, say the top 5 as far as run differential. Now, the true test is the Dodgers, and the true test is the Brew Crew coming in at plus 124. Now, the Brew Crew's struggling a little bit. They've only won 4 out of the last 10, where the D-backs have won 3 in a row, and they've won 6 out of the last 10. So this is going to be a very good series if this Diamondback team is going to stay in the wild card hunt. 5 back of the Dodgers, not going to catch the Dodgers. So it's going to be basically, I feel, Jimmy, a 4-team race as far as the wild card. That's going to be in the National League. Mm-hmm. It'll be between the Diamondbacks plus 2, Padres 1.5 plus 1.5. Mets are even, and the Braves are even. The Mets are the team to watch out for, folks. They've won 8 out of the last 10, and they're getting hot at the right time too.
So I'm looking forward to this 3-game matchup with Milwaukee. Going to be highly interesting because the Brew Crew has to continue to win as well to stay at the top.
They're 5 games up.
I know, but you can't go on a big losing streak and have somebody else move in on top of you, Manuch.
Yeah, they've got only 16 games left.
I understand.
Cubs aren't going to catch them. That's not going to happen. They're cruising and cruising. And number one, if they did, they'd be number one as far as a wild card. That's not going to happen. But all that being said, as far as their positioning, you're going to have Rodriguez take the bump tomorrow night against Myers, and you got Brandon Pfaadt Saturday,
right?
And then you got you got Nelson on Sunday, and then after that, this Diamondback team doesn't look like they have a day off until for about another 2 weeks. So they're going to cruise right on through. There might be a day here and there. They have September 26th is their only other day off.
That's it.
To finish these last 16 games. So when you look at the Brew Crew and you look at the standings in the National League Central, that team is humming. Nobody's going to catch them. Another great litmus test, because after that, the only break you're getting, Diamondback fans, is the Rockies at Colorado. That'll be for a 3-game set. Then at Milwaukee again for a 4-game set. And then San Fran for 3. And then the Padres here for a 3-game set. There's no rest for the weary for this Diamondback team.
Love and life. That's why you play the game. We're going to take a quick break. We're hanging out here at Camelback Twin Peaks. And when we come back, they have 2 football games on the screens tonight. In the National Football League, it's the Bills-Dolphins game. That is on Prime Video. So if you do not have Prime Video, this is the place to be. They will have that game. Also, it is ASU playing Texas State, and the game is on ESPN. If you have DirecTV and you don't get ESPN, I'm just saying you can go to your nearest Twin Peaks and hang out and watch both games. Is that fair, Manuch?
There you are. As they say, S out of luck. I will not say
that's not my job, obviously.
You're out of luck.
All right, when we come back, we're going to dive into those football games. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here at Twin Peaks Camelback, Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Crash in downtown Phoenix on westbound 10 at the 7th Avenue on-ramp off right. Car on fire southbound 17 at Peoria Avenue. Expect delays all the way back to about Bell Road. Entry wreck on Southern and Mill and Camelback and 59th Avenue.
This report is sponsored by ADOT's Broadway Curve Improvement Project. The new westbound CD roads are open and ready to help with your I-10 commute through the Broadway Curve area and towards downtown Phoenix. Want to learn more? Go to i10broadwaycurve.com/findyourlane for more information.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezia's, a family and catering tradition.
Looking to win some cash? Who isn't? Join Roc, Manuch, and Jimmy B for their 24th year hosting the Monday Night Tailgate. Each week, you could win $9,100. That's the Monday Night Tailgate at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn Row will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Lerner & Rowe. We're with you every step of the way.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Ready for some football? Join our annual Pro Football Pick'em contest today. You could win $5,000 and amazing prizes from Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. Don't miss out on the excitement. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
Redefine senior living at Casa Azure Apartments. Enjoy a vibrant, new income-restricted apartment community in Phoenix, full of amenities for adults 55 and up. 2 bedrooms are just $1,345. 3 bedrooms are $1,539. Plus, get 2 months free on select homes, 0 down, and a chance to get $3,000 in free rent. Call 866-781-6972. That's 866-781-6972. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
ASU opens the Week 3 college football slate with today's game against Texas State. U of A, number 18 in the country, takes on number 15 Kansas State tomorrow. The Cardinals continue preparing for their home opener against the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr. said he's ready to bounce back from Week 1's lackluster performance. Week 2 of the NFL gets underway tonight between the Bills and Dolphins. Miami running back Devon Achane will be a game-time decision with an ankle sprain. I'm Frank Aaron.
NFL action is here. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. New customers download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTS to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's code SPORTS. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus. Arizona only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at dkng.co/ftball.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Phoenix, located at 21st Street in Camelback.
All right, everybody. Just having a great time here. We're here until 4 o'clock. Howard Balzer coming up in about 15 minutes from right now. And if you're interested in the football games tonight, on Prime Video is the Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins, and on ESPN, the college game, ASU at Texas State. Manuch, let's kind of get into the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins a little bit. The line is 2.5. I still like the Dolphins in this game, even though Buffalo has had their way with them the last few times they have played.
And if you're a Dolphin fan, you got the throwback jerseys tonight. The aquamarine going on with
those are great.
With the orange dolphin on the helmet. You're going back to the Dan Marino era, if you will. I even go back to the era when we played against the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, when everybody says, they're the Dolphins in this passing game, well, you got to remember now that the Jacksonville Jags were up 17-7 at halftime against the Dolphins last week. All of a sudden, this Dolphins defense stepped up and shut out Jacksonville in that second half, and then they scored the 13 points in that second half. But I got to believe that a lot of that is, knocking off the rust from a lot of these teams not playing in reference to the preseason. And if not for a nice little 80-yard touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill, it might have been a little bit of a closer game. But they win 20-17. Jacksonville is much improved.
Yes.
Coach Peterson's got that team with Trevor Lawrence et al. They could be one of those potential wild card teams. But I just think that it'd be very tough. It's tough to win down in Miami, but the Bills, Josh Allen just seems to have that want to about him we saw last week's game. Now, a couple things here. I guess Raheem Mostert, last time I checked, Jax, is he still questionable for this game? Have they made an announcement yet with this close to game?
He's out.
He's going to be out. Okay.
Achan's questionable.
Okay. So he's out completely with the chest injury. I would think Mike McDaniel, the head coach for this Miami Dolphins team, will start doing a little more quicker passing game because you have a very depleted secondary with the Buffalo Bills.
Correct.
I see more shots going down the field with two out. They've got a great short passing game.
They do.
But I think they'll really stretch the field. So you look at that, you look at the running game, what this Miami Dolphins team can do. You know what? I think it's going to be close, play close to the vest. But it just seems that the Dolphins seem to just kind of turn it on at the right time. Now, looking at this Bills team who shut down the Cardinals in the first half. They made the adjustments.
No, they shut them down in the second half.
I'm sorry, second half. They made the adjustments in the second half. Cardinals did not adjust to their adjustments.
Agree.
So what you saw is a guy that was on fire in about a 25 to 30 mile an hour win in Josh Allen. 18 for 23 in that win, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
That win is very difficult.
It is.
He was averaging, and he wasn't dinking and dunking in the win. He averaged over 10 yards per completion. So they were pumping the ball down the field. The other thing they did, they had James Cook, who I've got on my fantasy. Thank you, Auto Draft, for that. By the way, I don't know who the guy was that I played. I scored 134 points.
My gosh.
To his 100.
My
Smoked them.
Wow.
I got Jax this week. Jax, I got you in fantasy this week. But I mean, they had.
I didn't need to hear that.
The balance the Bills have: 130 yards rushing to 232 yards passing. That's why I picked the Buffalo Bills. Is their balance? Josh Allen can get it done with his legs and his arm. Tua is not going to scramble, folks. He might pick up a play here and there because of the head situation. And, they're not going to put him into harm's way. But when you look at the receiving core he had with Coleman, Shakir, Cook even coming out of the backfield, I mean, he's got a lot more versatility with this passing game.
Okay.
It's just that the Dolphins are more explosive. And can the Bills prevent the big plays by this Dolphins offense to keep them, to make them work down the field? Again, this is going to be a close game, but I got the Bills winning this football game. I got them winning 27-24 in Miami.
I'm the other way around. I like the Dolphins in this game tonight. I think the heat will be a factor for the Buffalo Bills in the second half, just because it's going to be 90 degrees and 70% humidity in Miami. And I also like this. I liked what I saw from the Dolphins in the second half against Jacksonville. Also, Manuch, I called a buddy of mine who lives in Fort Lauderdale, and I told him, I said, go over to Tyreek Hill's house and bring him to the game. Do not let that dude drive his car. So I know that Tyreek is going to get to the game, okay, because he said I would take care of
Well,
that.
and it didn't affect him because he had 7 catches for 130 yards.
He did.
As I mentioned, that 80-yard touchdown run that he had in the second half that really pretty much put them ahead. Again, he was motivated.
He
obviously he was motivated. But, Tua, solid quarterback, had the 3 sacks. But I just look at this game. It's going to be a good game, close game. And, to the point of the heat and all that, that might affect the Bills, but I think they understand they're going to have to stay hydrated. The one thing, though, with Josh Allen is at some point he's going to have to learn, or the Bills are going to have to learn, that they can't win it with just his legs and throw. He's going to have to learn how to win it just if he runs, like, say, 20 yards rushing, win with his arm, win with their running game. But that's just the way it's going to be because he was in harm's way several times in that Cardinals game.
He was, yeah.
Bills fans have got to hope that he stays, he doesn't get hurt. And I got to tell you what, he's been pretty healthy in his, 5 years so far. 6'6", 240 pounds, big guy. But just be careful. Got that left hand that he injured a little bit last week. But I just think at some point, if the Bills can close the deal, finally win that Super Bowl, a lot of it's going to have to be from the pocket or him throwing on the run and not relying so much on his legs.
All right, so it's on Prime Video tonight. If you don't have it, Twin Peaks is the place to be. If you do not get ESPN as well to watch the college game, Arizona State at Texas State, they will have the game on at Twin Peaks as well. Manuch, another short turnaround. We've talked about the pros all the time playing on a Sunday and then having to play on a Thursday. But that's their job. They know how that all works out. You're a college kid. I mean, you get done beating Mississippi State. Aren't you going to party a couple of days to enjoy that?
Well,
I mean, how's that going to translate?
Well, they had Sunday off.
I know, but not just for ASU, but even for Texas State.
Well, I think you'll find out the first. I think watch the first quarter because ASU. I just said to watch the first half because ASU came out these first two games against Wyoming and Mississippi State, guns a-blazing, physical, quick, fast. If they can go ahead and adhere to their assignments, stay disciplined. You don't see procedure calls on the offensive line. You don't see drop passes. You don't see if you don't see a sloppy game by the Devils, that's great. It means they're ready to go. Because the only contention I've seen, and it's very rare where you see a Saturday, Thursday game in college football. It's usually a Saturday and then a Friday college football like we're going to see with U of A and Kansas State tomorrow night on FS1, is that how they play that first, let's say the first quarter.
Okay.
Let's see how they react. Are they dialed in? Are they mentally dialed in? Are they physical? Do they have the speed? I guess what I'm saying, are they going to come out like they did the first two games? If they're a little scruffle-upless, making mental mistakes, that's the key you look for when you have short turnarounds, especially in college football.
So Howard Balls are coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes from right now, and we will dive into the upcoming Sunday game, which is the Rams in town to challenge the Cardinals. Both teams lost their opening games of the NFL season. So when you sit here and you try to think about, okay, the Cardinals, they came out of that relatively healthy except for Jonah Williams. Howard sent me information today how he thinks that this injury to Jonah Williams might be worse than what was first forecast, and he might be out for the season.
Kelvin Beachum came in there right tackle. He struggled.
Yeah.
He was over in the right tackle. Now, he started, folks, for many years. You remember that. But coming in as a backup, there was some, he got pushed. The pile got pushed a little bit. That's why in the second half, we saw more pressure. And then when Jonah Williams went out, they went after that right side. So I can attest that this very hungry front seven of the LA Rams, even though Aaron Donald, number 99, is gone, doesn't mean that they're going to, fall off. I mean, they basically took the Detroit Lions to the mat.
They did.
Should have won that game, not for a dumb, bad interception by Matthew Stafford. Matthew, we thought you got cured of that years ago.
Apparently not.
Especially in the red zone. You can't throw a pick in the end zone. That's 3 points guaranteed. Man, oh, man. Who the hell's coaching that kid? I'm available. Well, not really.
All right, quick timeout. We're coming right back here. Camelback, Twin Peaks. Howard Balzer is on the way. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Cardinals continue to get set for Sunday's home opener against the Rams. Marvin Harrison Jr. said he's ready to bounce back from Week 1's lackluster performance. The Diamondbacks' current 3-game winning streak has him in the NL's first wild card spot on today's day off. They welcome in the Brewers tomorrow. The Mercury return to action tomorrow against the Connecticut Sun. The team assigned guard Amy Atwell to a second 7-day contract. ASU opens the Week 3 college football slate with this afternoon's game against Texas State. 18th-ranked U of A takes on number 15 Kansas State tomorrow. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the mid to upper 70s, and then slightly cooler for your Friday with the daytime high right around 103. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Bank of America. Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
Looking for a place where everyone is welcome? Come to Azul Bar and Grill in Phoenix. Not your typical sports bar, Azul is the ultimate hangout spot for friends and families alike. Enjoy live music, catch your favorite games, play some fun games, and savor delicious food in a vibrant atmosphere. Visit us at 3134 West Carefree Highway in the Tremonto Plaza. Don't miss out on our daily events and specials at azulgrill.com. Azul Bar and Grill, a great time, but a better time with you.
Spend an unforgettable night with Bret Michaels, September 21st only at Talking Stick Resort. It's the Rock in the Desert Party Gras. Enjoy special drink offers, thrilling contests with incredible prizes, and exciting casino giveaways throughout the night. It's time to rock out with Bret Michaels, Saturday, September 21st. Tickets are on sale now. Visit TalkingStickResort.com.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Ragle. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love.
I do. Yes, we updated that.
We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience.
Yep, that's ready.
But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner and Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner and Rowe.
This was a long break. We still have 2 minutes.
Call 977-1900.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Howard is ready.
This one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $200 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bet. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Asia Wilson had 27 points and 12 boards to lead the Las Vegas Aces to an 86-75 win over the Indiana Fever Wednesday. Wilson became the WNBA single-season scoring leader with 941 points and counting, passing Jewel Lloyd's record from last year. This is just the second season in which teams play 40 games. For most of the league's history, teams played 34. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture Card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on every purchase. Plus, earn unlimited 5x miles on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
He's been covering the National Football League for close to 50 years.
You are live?
A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, we're hanging out here. Camelback location, Twin Peaks. Howard Balzer is on the right Toyota guest line as we speak. Howard, welcome as always. So before we do the show starting at 1 o'clock, Manuch always calls me. And he just, hey, just checking in, see how you're doing, making sure you're still alive. And I always say hello. He always says hello. This time, he was rolling his mouth about Kyler Murray, never said hello to me at all. I'm going to play a quick clip of what Kyler Murray had to say when he was asked why he did not get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. more often against the Buffalo Bills. Here it is.
Honestly, man, I wouldn't say they were just taking him away. I think, I'm just, as a quarterback, obviously you're going through your reads. Sometimes the ball goes to him, but that's not, it's not my job. Obviously, I have a sense and a feel for guys when they don't get the ball and when they're, when they are getting the ball. But, I leave that up to Drew. Drew always, he tells me don't worry about that type of stuff.
So who the hell's job is it, Howard Balzer? Welcome into Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. I'm just asking, should I go give a job description to one Kyler Murray? What should I do here?
Well, I mean, the job description is the offensive coordinator makes the play call, and within that play call, whatever it might be, there's certain reads and progressions to that call. And I think that while everyone has been going nuts about Marvin Harrison getting one catch and 3 targets and all that, but no, and I understand he's the first round draft pick and everyone's gaga over this guy, but the reality is that Michael Wilson only had 2 targets.
Sure.
Trey McBride had 9, but his 5 catches went for a total of 30 yards. Greg Dortch averaged a little under 8 yards per reception. And they won't come out and admit it, but I was the only one on Monday or Tuesday that asked the coaches and Kyler Murray about whether they thought that the wind had an effect on this game. And they're not going to come out and say, yeah, we weren't going to make this call or that. But Kyler Murray alluded to the fact, and I haven't seen anybody play this quote or this cut, but he alluded to the fact that it affects the play calling when you have those elements that you're dealing with. And I hear people saying, well, they should have thrown jump balls to Marvin Harrison. Let him go up and get it. Well, when you're going with the wind or going against the wind, it's hard to gauge sometimes. You're just going to throw it up and hope to have a jump ball. It's hard to gauge where that ball is going to end up. And the one thing you don't want is an interception. Now, I know the no excuse crowd is going to say I'm making excuses. But the point is that the entire passing game, there were a lot of check down. And there was a lot of things not going down the field much to anybody, much less Marvin Harrison. And I think that was just a product of this particular game. And I'll give you one example. And I just wrote a story on this. It's up at carswire.usatoday.com. It's like, and I realized it wasn't huge in the game, right? Because there's always other talking points that everyone wants to concentrate on. But no one asked afterward about the 28-yard punt that Blake Gillikin had at the end of the game with the wind at his back, which if the Bills had gone down and scored a touchdown would have basically ended the game and made it a 2-score game. Cardinals held them and limited them to a field goal, and that put them in position to at least have a chance at the end to win. So I asked the special teams coach, Jeff Rogers, on Tuesday, the wind was at the back, but did the wind have any effect on that? And he says, oh, yeah, it did. The wind gusted at the very moment that Blake Gillikin did his drop after he caught the snap, and it moved the ball from where he normally would kick it, and it went off the side of his foot. That's the impact that the wind can have on games. And so I definitely believe that it affected the overall play calling. And you're on the road, and you have all these things going on, and a lot of this stuff. And so we just can't overreact to one game, and that's what everybody does. And I know the NFL is an overreaction sport. Everybody overreacts, after one game. And I understand, hey, you got to get the ball to Marvin Harrison more. You got to get the ball more to all your receivers. And while the 15 catches that their wide receivers had in this game, 15 catches, 98 total yards. That's an average of 6.5 per reception. So that speaks more to game plan, I think, and the way things went than just not throwing the ball to one particular guy.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. And I got my doctorate on throwing, just so you guys know. I played in Buffalo for 3 years. I know what that's all about. I really thought Drew Petzing did a horrible job of at least calling some plays to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. And I don't care. You can use whatever excuse you want, Jonathan Gannon, about, he's bracketed, he's this and that. Quite frankly, Howard, I thought he covered for Drew Petzing and then in private said, you got to design or get some plays to get the quote-unquote generational wide receiver the ball. I mean, this designed some plays. Now, all that being said, what you had to say, we started off with Kyler Murray about it's not my job. Fans don't want to hear that. What fans want to say, we have got to do a better job, me number one, getting the ball, designing plays, talking to my offensive coordinator to make sure we get our top pick who's very talented, get him the football under any conditions. I think that's what people want to hear.
Well, but he said that in another cut, but everyone picks out that cut and jumps all over. He said in another cut, but yeah, we've got to get the ball to him more and find a way to do that. But like I said, you have to find a way to get the ball to everybody. Whether it's the first round pick or whether it's everybody else. And that's just the reality. You're not going to throw the ball to one guy all the time. I think we all know, we all realize that. And that's, that those are the things that happen, sometimes. I mean, heck, I looked over, Trey McBride. I mean, there's a guy, I was looking at this last year. He didn't have one game after Kyler Murray came back where he had only 30 yards. And interestingly, at Chicago in a road game late in the season, he had 6 catches for 31 yards. That was his worst game. And so, sometimes those things, are going to happen. And I would argue the way Trey McBride played, you got to, if Marvin Harrison isn't getting open or there's things going on with him, well, get the ball to Trey McBride. We've seen what a playmaker he can do. And they weren't able to do that either. And they, like I said, they weren't able to get it to anybody in terms of the entire passing game. So that was an issue in that game. And I'm sure it's a variety of reasons. Drew Petzing said it on Tuesday. We've got to do some things. And we got to find ways to get him the ball. And I'm sure that'll be what happens. But, I think that, like I said, that's just the reality sometimes of one game. And, if it had been different in this game, and then all of a sudden another game comes along and something happens and he only has 2 targets, no one's saying a word. But when it's opening day and the expectations are through the roof and they're expecting this guy to go 8 for 120, then all of a sudden that doesn't happen. But no one else even came close to that. And so I think that's, that's a big factor in everything.
No underneath center snaps by Kyler Murray in the second half versus I would have 8 to 10 in the first half. Did you ask him a chance why they went? I know why they did. I mean, they went shotgun the whole time. I don't think this underneath center experiment's going to work. He's just too short. Did anybody ask about that in the second half?
I did. Yeah, I did. I was the only one again who asked that. And because you're right, it was 8 snaps out of 35 in the first half and none of 24 in the second half. But of course, what happened in the second half was the Bills go down and score to tie the game immediately. And then the Cardinals go 3 and out with a sack on third down. And so now then the Bills go down and score again. And now you're behind. And all of a sudden your whole approach, is changing. And then they had a sack fumble on second down. So they had 2 series there with the score still close, obviously, and one of them tied, and they ran 5 plays. So who knows if it would have been different. When I asked it, the answer, they're never going to say, well, I should have done it more. I should have done this. I should have done that. But they said that, a lot of times that's just the way the game goes. And you're calling the plays that, you think will fit and are better for where you are, at that point. And certainly when you're down 2 scores, which they were at, in 1 or 2 situations with the ball, then you're going to be throwing it more. And most of the time you're probably going to throw, from the shotgun. So I think we'll see this, we'll see under center a bit more. And Kyler Murray says he likes it, whether he's short or not. I mean, bottom line is it makes the defense wonder what you might be doing on that play. But another thing in this game, guys, too, is that they didn't run the ball well. Right. I've heard people say how well they ran the ball. I'm saying, what game were they? What game were you watching?
Really?
Exactly.
I mean, James Conner had a 20-yard run, and his other 15 carries went for a total of 30 yards. 2.0 per run. And so they really couldn't get the running game going consistently either. And so that, affects a lot of the other things you do. So that's the story of football. And even with all this, they were in the game till the very end with a chance to win. But this is a team that I believe it is getting better. But as we've talked about many times, the close games that there are in the NFL. Here's the number for week 1, guys. 10 games decided by one score or less. 11 that were one-score games at some point in the fourth quarter. And this was another one-score loss for the Cardinals, who were 2-5 in those one-score games last year. So for this team to really be considered a team that can challenge for whatever it might be in competition, to be 500, a little above that, whatever it is, you've got to find a way to win these close games, because the good teams do that.
Howard Simon, you can find him at USA Today Cards Wire and follow him on X or Twitter at HBalzer721. Thank you as always, pal. Have a good day.
You too, guys. Take care.
There you go. Howard Balzer, everybody. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we'll get you up to speed on what's on television tonight. Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call. Question of the day update, a little football at 50. It's all coming your way next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
US 60 Superstition Freeway eastbound near McClintock. We have an accident off right. Stop and go traffic from Rural Road. 101 Agua Fria Freeway northbound south of Union Hills Drive. We have an accident reported. And a crash Alma School and Rio Salado Parkway.
This report is sponsored by Blue Sky Pest Control.
We will treat your pest.
Blue Sky Pest Control technicians might not be the next boy band, but they can make your pests go bye, bye, bye. Call 602 Blue Sky today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, pests.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is here, which means my team and I are ready to serve you and your family. Go to state48roofing.com, scan the QR code below. We'll see you up on your roof.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Have you been to Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's Monday Night Tailgate at Casino, Arizona? It's year 24. You could win $9,100. Join the guys live at the CAZ Sports Bar for an unforgettable night.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977.
Last stretch, your life.
Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Your life?
All right, everybody, welcome back. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Don't forget, if you're in a wreck and you need a check, just make one call, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. You get a free consultation as well. Just make one call, that's all, 602-977-1900. It is Lerner and Rowe. Let's do a little what's on tap here tonight, Manuch. Let's start first with the college game. It is Arizona State on the road at Texas State, ESPN.
Should be a good game. Devils better have their head on a swivel because Texas State's going to come out, ready to play. They're physical. They're fast. They're motivated. Here comes a team that, is in the Big 12,
right?
Coming to a team at Texas State, and it's there in San Marcos. Used to be the old Southwest Texas State, part of that, that Southwest Conference for many, many years.
Correct.
But you know what? It's going to be a good game. I think the Devils should win this football game. I would like to see Sam Levitt improve on the passing game. I think that you look at Cam Scatteraboo, should have another good game, running, catching, wildcat. So I think all the packages for this Sun Devil team should be in full effect. Maybe a little, was it 85, 90 degrees?
That'll be nothing to the ASU players.
Will not bother them. So it's 6:30 kick there in San Marcos, 4:30 here. So to your point, if you got direct TV, come on, go to any one of the 5 Twin Peaks locations and watch this game.
There you go. And here's the other clincher for you. Why not go to Twin Peaks? Prime Video has the Bills and Dolphins tonight. It's pouring cats and dogs. Oh, wait a minute. I can't say cats and dogs because they're all running for their lives as we speak. It's raining extremely hard right now in the Miami area. Bills and Dolphins, and yes, Tyreek Hill made it to the stadium on time.
Without any issues?
Without any issues.
Well, they said that hurricane was going north and east, and it changed. So you're looking at Louisiana seeing up to 15 inches of rain.
Yeah, they got blasted.
So if they're getting the deluge there in Miami, and Jimmy, how hard it comes down there.
Oh, yeah.
It is just coming down hard. So you sit there and go, okay, will this keep up? Will it back off? Those fields drain so well, but if they are a little damp, if you look for a team that's got the running game abounding for them, you might put the edge of the Buffalo Bills because their quarterback, he's not afraid to run.
No, he's not.
Tua is not allowed to run.
That is correct.
He had 3 sacks last week. I think he had a couple of runs for like 20 yards. But, I mean, if there's a difference in this game, obviously it's Josh Allen, but just their running game with James Cook. And that running game, I think that their receiving core, you're not going to throw the football much. But we just had Howard Balzer on talking about, the wind and how things change when you play a game in Buffalo. That's very, very true. But when you have a guy with a howitzer as an arm like Josh Allen, he can handle the wind. He can handle the inclement weather because he's so strong. He's so big with his hands. And sometimes that game plan is going to change. And I think that's where you saw Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, make the adjustments, make the game plan change. And a guy like Drew Petzing of the Cardinals didn't do that. So I think Joe Brady now is going, okay, we got a lot of rain, not a lot of wind. Field's going to probably be damp. Hey, running backs, gear down on your cuts. Run in third gear, not fourth gear, and adjust his game plan to maybe pound the ball more so than throw the ball against this Dolphins defense.
All right, let me drop this on you then. Because of the rain coming down, what do you do with your shoe wear? How does that change? Does it?
Well, it may not because I don't know if it's grass.
It is grass.
Is it grass?
Yes.
They might go to just a little bit of a deeper cleat.
Okay.
But a lot of this grass, folks, is made like your putting green. They just grow a little thicker. So they make sure it's a thicker. So they might go to a little bit, maybe a 3/4 inch cleat. But a lot of the cleats now can handle the turf and can also handle, field grass or wet field. But they'll come out in their warm-ups and they'll have a determination. But you might see anytime nowadays on a side of the National Football League, they have 2 or 3 different pairs of cleats on the sideline. So you might have a little area, Josh Allen cleats. And if he feels he needs to change them, then change them. The only problem is if you spat your cleats, which means you tape over your cleats with a tape, that you can't cut them off and make a change unless you go in at halftime. So footing will be one thing. That's why I just said, if you're going to run and you're a quick, quick twitch kind of guy,
right? Quick,
you got to gear down
Okay.
going around the edge. And I think you might see that. So very interesting first quarter to see how the elements are going to affect this game.
All right. Once again, that game is Prime Video. If you don't get it, Twin Peaks does. So any of the 5 locations will have the Bills and Dolphins on. Also, the ASU game is against Texas State. It's on ESPN. If you have DirecTV and you don't get ESPN, Twin Peaks will have it. They've got you covered. Let's get to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call. Question of the day.
You just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter to vote. How many all-purpose yards will ASU running back Cam Scadaboo have in tonight's Texas State game? Will he have 100-plus yards? Will he have 150-plus yards? Will he have 200-plus yards or 225-plus yards? Leader in the clubhouse, Jimmy?
Yep.
53.3% said 100-plus yards. 26.7% said 150-plus yards. That's where I went.
I went on there too.
13.3% said 225-plus yards. Probably not going to see a repeat of last week's Mississippi State game. And 6.7% said 200-plus yards in tonight's game against Texas State there in San Marcos. Where's that? It's just outside of New Braunfels. Where's that? It's just outside of San Antonio. So it goes San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Austin, Texas.
That's correct.
That's the lineage of cities in, I'd call that Central Texas.
Yeah, there you go. Look, I think that Scadaboo is going to have to be closer to 150 just because we know Texas State has got players.
Yes, they do.
This is not just get off the bus and go through the motions and you're going to get a W.
Well, and Jimmy, they're motivated to
Here
comes a Big 12 team into San Marcos to go ahead. That's not San Marcos. You're going to say San Marcos. I learned that.
Okay.
Oh, that's in San Marcos? No, San Marcos.
San Marcos.
Yeah, like it's an A.
Yeah.
But they're going to be jacked up. Devils, you better have your chin strap button, pads ready to go because this is going to be one of those games where you're going to face some dudes from Texas that want to upset you coming in there to San Marcos, Texas, and taking them on.
Manuch, where are you going to be tomorrow?
Mañana will be Jackson and I doing the show tomorrow. We'll be at
Okay.
Wright Toyota. Sean Salisbury will join us. We'll have Kevin Rowe for our over and under picks for a $50 gift card.
All right.
We'll have Scott Spreitzel will join us for our handicapping that we have.
30.
And then former Arizona Cardinal quarterback John Skelton. He'll let us know what exactly is the job of one Kyler Murray when quarterbacking for the Arizona Cardinals. All that mañana.
20.
Right, Toyota
I've
North
had to put
Scottsdale.
up with Manuch all day today with him complaining about that comment from Kyler Murray. Jasmine, great job back at the studio. Jax, thank you as always, pal. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here, Camelback, Twin Peaks.